Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, we'll do a quick recap of what occurred last session, and then we'll start with tonight's session. So team, you probably recall when we picked up last week, you guys were right in the middle of battling some ogres that you had encountered on the road as you guys were making your way north up to Grisall. You guys spent a little bit of effort defeating these ogres, but not too much, mainly because you guys used magic pretty effectively to lock them down and send them on their way, with one going completely far away thanks to a suggestion spell from Zach, and probably still wandering around somewhere. But after you guys defeated those ogres, kind of poked around, realized that this was not like the ogres' lair, or this is not where they were living. They seem to have just stopped here temporarily. There wasn't much signs of habitation here that Grim looked for when he climbed up the slope. With that complete, you guys continued on the path further north, eventually getting past the mine, getting to the freehold of Obertal, which was described as a pretty small, like the size of maybe half a village. Not much really going on here. A handful of guards that seem to be guarding this area. Some of you that were more knowledgeable in history recall that Obertal, the freehold, was ruled by a married pair of Griffin Knights, so a man and a woman. This seemed to link up to the two Griffin Knights that you ran into on the road previously when you guys had passed Obersteinau, the abandoned mine, or just before you got there, I should say. So after poking around Obertal for a little bit, you guys spent some time inside the very makeshift bar that was there, grabbed yourself a drink. You guys, while you were in there, ran into this woman named Farina Heston. She seemed to be working there temporarily. Archgale struck up a conversation with her, and she seemed to be very keen on leaving the freehold and making her way further up north. And as chance would have it, she was trying to get to Grisall ultimately. As Archgale poked around for a little bit more information, he was able to discover that the reason she wanted to head to Grisall was that she was very religiously minded, and Grisall is known to be a very religiously dedicated community. So that's what her stated purpose of heading there. Eventually, she made her way over to you guys' table where the full group was, and some of you guys asked her a few more questions. Eventually, like what her religion was, came up. She said she didn't really want to speak about that, but just gave the same rationale that she wanted to head up to Grisall, and as compensation, because Braddock was insisting on some kind of fee, she mentioned she didn't have much in the way of money that she could offer, but she'd be happy to take care of a lot of the chores that would be necessary along the way. She mentioned like cooking meals and cleaning clothing and taking care of those kind of odds and ends, so you guys wouldn't have to do that yourself. Eventually, you guys agreed to allow her to do that. And with not much time spent there in the freehold, you guys departed the freehold and continued on your travels. True to her word, Farina did do a lot of those kind of administrative or clerical kind of tasks, was helping out where she could, doing a little bit of cooking, though there wasn't much in the way of fresh food to cook, and that caused a few comments on her lack of being able to turn rations into prime rib, but she took it on the chin valiantly. And you guys continued traveling further north until you eventually got to a spot where you had just passed the small rickety bridge and then were kind of turning on the path. And off in the distance, you spotted some people kind of kneeling down. And thanks to some of your group's keen eyesight, you were able to determine that it looked like some of these people kneeling down were actually eating the bodies at their feet. Obviously realizing that this is not a great thing to be happening, you guys had some time to decide how to react to this. You could maybe approach stealthily through the trees to try to get the jump on them, or try to just maybe attack them from range. Essentially what you guys did is kind of just inched your way closer and closer, and then they spotted you. At that, once they did, that brought us into a combat. As that battle went underway, it was kind of split in two sections, where some of you guys were on the road fighting in that area, fighting some of these humans, it turned out to be, that were actually eating the corpses at their feet. Very odd. They had crossbows and sickles and struck at you guys that way. There was also a couple of ghouls that were fighting against you guys, kind of split between there and the woods side of the battle. But the most prominent figure was one who was dressed to look like a human, but as he got closer and engaged Grim in combat, Grim was able to tell that this was actually just a disguise. So through some makeup and through some You could think of this almost as like maybe hide or some type of cloth mask or disguise. He was able to hide the fact that he was an undead creature, some type of ghoul that you guys had not yet encountered. As this ghoul creature engaged Grim in combat, Grim could tell he was a very fearsome opponent. Braddock was in the wooded area as well and was reasonably close to the opponent and had a decision to make whether to try to get a really good shot on him using that steady aim feature, knowing he wouldn't be able to move, or back away somewhere maybe more safely and take a shot. Ultimately, he decided to stay up there and take that really accurate shot, which did indeed hit, hitting the opponent, but unfortunately that left it where the opponent could simply circle around and ignore Grim and get right to Braddock, and that's exactly what he chose to do, seeing that Braddock was far less armored and defensible than Grim was. So as he did that, he struck out with his claws. Those hit Braddock, and Braddock unfortunately froze up with the paralysis effect from this creature. Then it bit Braddock, and thanks to the paralysis, that was an automatic crit when it hit, and it dealt a devastating amount of damage, enough in fact that it took Braddock from full health to negative his entire health pool, and that killed him straight out. That was some, unfortunately, really hot hand dice by the DM there, so yeah, my bad. But then you guys were able to defeat that creature, even though he was begging for his life and said he would give you some additional information. Grim said no, he wasn't sure what kind of questions he would ask this undead creature, and so nope, the fight continued. Eventually, he did put that creature down. And once he was defeated, you guys searched his body, found some pale moonstones, and found a sketch of some human gentleman of some type. Nobody really recognized this human to know more specifically what he was or why he's important or why there's a sketch of him, but you guys kept it on your person for further review and information gathering purposes. You guys then continued traveling north once again and eventually made your way up to the Black Canton of Grisall. As you got to Grisall, you were approached by this sort of guard patrol that was on the outskirts of the Dwarven community there, and they stopped you, asked several questions, and actually did an inspection of your team to make sure you didn't have anything overly dangerous on you. They didn't seem to be too concerned about just like regular weapons, but you're not sure exactly what they were looking for, but they did mention something along the line of like explosives or things along those lines. Once they didn't find anything like that upon you, and you guys gave a little bit of an explanation of why you were coming to Grisall, they let you pass through and gave a call up the way to let the further patrols closer to the entrance of Grisall know you were coming. You guys then made it into Grisall proper and found that this is a fairly large dwarven community here with all variety of shops and inns, taverns, that sort of thing. A bit different from Zobek, but certainly when it comes to amenities and supplies on offer, everything you could possibly want for the most part. Once you guys have arrived here, you certainly have some information gathering to do to know what your next step is. But nonetheless, you've safely delivered Farina here to Grisall, and she seems to be very overjoyed by that and looks to be trying to make her way here in Grisall now, maybe get a job, something along those lines. So she thanks you guys for that effort. Other than that, however, guys, that is where we wrapped up. And of course, everybody leveled up to level 4. So we will assume you guys have spent the night here in Grisall, and we'll pick up in the morning. So yeah, guys, that's my quick recap of what occurred last time. What did I miss? Feel free to speak up.
So you missed that we got a gold nugget necklace from one of the victim dwarves, and we went to Gristle, and oh my god, what's his name? Noah's character. It's not on the thing.
Vigo.
Bad. Vigo, and I think maybe all of us went to notify the family of their loss, and they were very happy to see that we took that we delivered the message. And also Grim also warned every guard on his way up and let the towns know that the roads are not safe.
Mostly correct. Go ahead and take inspiration there, Grim. The individual that you found the gold nugget on, he was one of the corpses that was being eaten by the humans and the ghouls there that you guys killed. It wasn't Grisall that his family was in. It was actually a small village out on the outskirts of that area by the name of Stromberg. So that's where you met Beldred, and you met Yeah, his wife was Beldred. His name was Dorim. That was the guy who's the gold nugget necklace that you found. Returned it to her. She was very thankful for your efforts. And yeah, then you guys made your way to Gristle. So, yep, good addition. Anything else to add, team?
We discovered that Farina is a bit of a tarot reader, and she did a tarot reading. Actually, I can't remember if I think it was with Archgale that she did that with. Anyway, the tarot reading was particularly interesting, which was when the day comes that the dead rise, two enemies shall mark the end of peace and broken friendships. Which is a little bit mysterious, but we thought was notable.
Yes, indeed. Great addition. Go and take inspiration there. Named character not yet known.
You're gonna need it.
All right, great additions. Anybody else?
So we actually kind of were able to identify that picture. We showed Farina it, and she was like, "Oh, well, I don't want to mislead you or anything, blah blah blah." But I think it's this person, and I have it wrote here, so I hope this is the right place that it belongs. So I have written here the Cloven Nine, led by Izakar, aka Eyebite.
So that was not related to the handout, but you did speak to Farina there in the Freehold of Obertal, and when she was telling you about some of the crazy things that she had heard, stories coming out of travelers from Zobek, and then you guys arrived, she asked if you guys knew anything about this, or if you were in somehow connected to the Cloven Nine. You dug into that a little bit more, realized that was a criminal enterprise back in Zobek, but
Oh yes.
not quite attached to the hand or the drawing of the gentleman, but a good addition anyhow of that additional information that Farina provided. So yeah, take inspiration, Archgale.
Maybe it's Jalric Coppersmell. I should make better notes.
That is not the name of the drawing. So far, no one's been able to tell you the name of the drawing. I can tell you that for sure. All right. If there's nothing else to add here, team, for the recap, then let's go ahead and get you guys back over to the map. You guys are currently in Grisall. All right, so what we are going to assume here, like I say, we ended the last session with you guys having just arrived here at Grisall. We're going to assume that you found accommodations here in the Dwarven community. I'm going to ask you each to deduct 1 silver piece from your sheets to represent standard tavern and inn fare that you guys spent overnight. Waking up early in the morning, we'll assume that you are in the common room of an inn at the moment. This inn is kind of on the outskirts of the entrance here of Grisall, so really close to when you first arrive, and it seems to be mostly common with travelers. There are certainly dwarves here, the majority population of Grisall, but you notice that there are more humans and even some other races or species that you wouldn't necessarily commonly see. It seems there's a few of those kind of folks here, particularly in this inn.
All right, so we're supposed to ask about the holy robes of Adolin, right?
Yeah, but were we told anyone in particular to talk to, or just generally?
I scratched my head. That's about all I can remember.
Could I do a religion check to see, because it says here that Sister Adeline was a shield maiden of Sif. Is Valind Kors, it says that she's or they, I don't actually know, are also a shield maiden. Could I deduce that they belong to the same religion and therefore should go ask maybe a priest of Valind Kors?
Oh, okay, that was a lot of information. Give me a religion check. We'll see how much or how high that is. So with that check,
I'm gonna burn my inspiration for that.
all right, feel free.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that check, I would say yes, Sif is very familiar to you. You know that she is often thought of as being like a warrior maiden, and the followers of her religion try to sort of emulate those kind of qualities and themselves. As far as who you think you should talk to, you know that this is a very religious community. The dwarves here have a high percentage of their population that seems to be dedicated to the divine arts, both clerics and paladins. So, as far as who you should talk to learn more about these robes, you think this is going to fall under kind of like general information gathering, like perhaps just starting at an inn, chatting people up, maybe buying a couple drinks and getting people to chat. And you think it's going to be as easy as that to find the next leg in this journey.
Well, I will relay that information with everyone and go. I don't think we need to go far. I believe just buying a couple of drinks here and maybe talking to some of the locals might get us the information we're looking for.
I think that's a good idea. You should take this, and I'll hand him the bookmark that we found, like in session 1 of Eldritch Insight. This should give you like more insight in finding what we're looking for. And that thing, it says, like, if you attune to it, you get, for 24 hours, you have advantage, or you can double your proficiency bonus on Arcana, History, and Religion checks.
What's a bookmark?
Something for reading. You wouldn't know how to do it.
Well, you want me to go talk to people? I can try. They're really short around here.
Oh, my friend, but then you wouldn't have as much of an opportunity to drink your mead.
All right, fair point. You know what? I'll save our spots here and guard your drinks.
I mean, hey, Adam, I'll just go ahead and ask, even though I know gnomes are a little bit different in this world and everything, but are there gnomes around?
You spot like one gnome here in this more cosmopolitan inn at the entrance of Grisall here. Yeah, you can see him kind of sitting off in a corner. Seems to be minding his own business, kind of flipping through this book.
Yeah, some of the newer materials kind of hints that they're not all in the forest of evil, but anyway, I'll go up to him and I'll say, well, hello there. My name is Barnaby, and I don't normally see a lot of gnomes here. My friends aren't gnomes, and I just wanted to come and introduce myself.
You see he raises a finger in a wait gesture as he's moving his other finger through the book. And he gets through about another 10 seconds or so of reading before he taps the book and then slowly closes it, keeping a finger in the book area to keep his place. And then he raises his head. Oh, yeah, right. We're not very popular around here. Can I do something for you?
Well, I tell you what, in Zobek, I mean, there's a few of my kin over there, but not too many. Have you been to Zobek before?
Of course. Everybody's been to Zobek. Everybody in this area. I mean, Zobek's popular.
Perfect. Yeah, we're just coming around, and can someone kind of refresh my memory? I didn't write it down in regards to the person. What exactly we should be looking for here?
We're looking for information. The dwarves should know some information about the red robes of Adeland, and that would help us stop the Dark Wedding and defeat the leader of the Ghoul Rising. Something like that.
Yeah, I tell you what, have you seen some of the undead? We fought some undead that were on our way up here. They're nasty.
You see he nods a little bit. He says, yes, grim business, isn't it? Grim business indeed. But here in Grisall, that's what they say, is that undead are not far away. So, yes, I've seen them at a distance. At least I'm pretty sure that was them on my way south. But, don't really enjoy that kind of individuals.
Yeah, I tell you what, unfortunately they took down one of our friends, and we saw them trying to eat some others. So it's horrible. It's horrible, I tell you. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to see if we can learn a little bit more about it and see if maybe we can put do some damage to this uprising a little bit. And we're trying to find. We've heard something about some red robes of Adeline, holy robes, and I see obviously you're reading a book, and I'm just wondering if maybe you being a scholarly fellow, maybe you may be able to help our party do some good around here.
I gotta say, I don't really know much about any of that. I'm a traveler here. It sounds like you want to talk to one of the locals. What I can tell you is here in Grisall, there's layers that go down, and they only allow travelers, foreigners like us, to stay up on this first level. You're not allowed to go down to the lower levels without permission. So be careful you don't wander, because, they'll, arrest you if you try to do that. But it sounds like you probably want to talk to one of the local dwarves to get more info.
Oh, wonderful! Do you have any contacts that that maybe would be open to sharing some mead and discussing?
I don't have contacts per se, but I can tell you that there's this tavern that I see a lot of the dwarves going in and out of there. Also, other people. It's here on the first level, so you'd be able to get in there. Might be able to find someone to talk to. It's called the Dented Tankard.
And when you say the lower levels, do you mean into like some hidden dwarven caverns, or is it like another area of the city? I want to make sure that we don't go too far.
So you could think of this. The way they've explained it to me is think of like a pyramid turned upside down, right? And we're at the top right now, and you could go down underground, and there's other levels down there. It's not caverns, it's all this fortress. The fortress just keeps going deeper and deeper, but every layer below this layer, the first floor, if you try to go to floor 2, that's not allowed for foreigners.
Oh, I understand. Now, and my apologies for all these questions, but is that just for like dwarves themselves, or when you say foreigners, anyone not from the city? Because we do have a dwarf in our party, and maybe he can go take a look, but I don't want to break any rules.
You'll see he shrugged and he said, I always thought it was like the Grisall dwarves. I don't think just being a dwarf allows you to go to the lower levels. I think it's just because the ones that are from here, it's kind of like locked down to people who aren't from here.
Yeah, and with dwarves, you just never know. They're kind of, I don't, they tend to like to be left alone most of the time, I think.
Yes, as do most people, yes.
All right. Well, can I buy you a meal and a drink for your hospitality?
This does get a little smile on its face as well. Yes, that would be awfully kind of you. Just have them send over whatever's popular for breakfast right now. That'd be fine for me.
I will be more than glad to do that. And thank you, my friend. And I forgot your name.
Oh, my friends call me Bilver. Yeah, Bilver.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and call you Bilver as well. And just as a reminder, my name is Barnaby, and I hope to see you again, my friend.
It's nice to meet you, Barnaby. I hope things go well for you, and you don't encounter any of the unfortunate folks that tend to wander in this area. Not here, Gristle, of course, but most people aren't too kind to see us. So good luck.
I know. I'm trying to make a difference in the world, and maybe some of us will get a better reputation because of it, if I can do my small part.
Ah, one of those optimistic ones. All right. Well, you try that. Hopefully it works.
There you go. All right, friend. We'll see you. All right. So, Adam, I'm going to go back and tell the party that, a little bit of what I learned, basically not much, but the dented tanker, and tell folks that newcomers aren't usually welcome at the lower levels.
Oh, and if you're going to order breakfast, I'll take one too.
There you go. There you go.
Well,
This makes sense.
if we're gonna travel to this dented tanker, there's a couple of things I think we should do along the way. Maybe first we should stop by a job posting board, see if we can maybe try to hire someone to replace our fallen ally.
Who? Oh, yeah. That's right.
Sounds
Yeah, all right.
expensive.
There might be job postings at the tavern too. They're often around there.
Well, it might be expensive, but good thing we have a share of Rava's 2,000 coin to work with.
That's true. But let's get a cheap one because it seems like they die anyway. So
Which I should elaborate. If anyone has changed their mind about adding their last wishes, now would be a good time.
What,
I
since
still
we're
wish
gonna
not to
die?
die. I think it gives bad luck if you start talking about it. I mean, didn't the last guy, I hate to say it, but didn't Braddock tell you how he wanted to be remembered and now he's dead? Isn't
Well,
that an omen?
Zach did too, and he's still here.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
Hey,
Okay, well, but I think we should do that. I think we should try to find a replacement since the road seems to get more dangerous.
Maybe there's one in here to save us some money.
who
I
was that
think
guy
just
you
the
were talking
six
to?
of us is
We just
good.
grab him.
Hey, who's in the bar, Adam?
It's pretty early in the day, so you guys basically slept here as you arrived, slept, woke up, maybe are doing a little bit of drinking, like beverages, not beer necessarily this early. But yeah, looking around, this is certainly not a popular time. You see that this is mostly like foreign travelers. So you see that gnome, like a couple of humans, and probably like a couple of kobolds as well.
Humans. Ugh. Let's see. Kobolds. No.
I don't know. We have just grab a
No.
couple of kobolds. They can be fodder.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pay for their fodder. Maybe I'll put one in my pocket and throw it at the bad guy we run into.
No, I'm saying use them as fodder. If you've never heard that term,
Oh, did I pass gas?
never mind.
No. I think we should go to a job board. I'm sure they have something posted. Someone looking for work, etc., etc. Usually mercenaries do that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I
All
guess.
right.
Well, let's go to this dented tankard and kind of take a look and see what we find there.
That's not bad. I'm sure they have a board there.
Yeah. Or could at least point us to one. That way we don't have to wander around the city aimlessly.
Bar hopping. I love it.
All right, so you guys make your way over to this dented tankard. So think of this as there's a great hall, and then there's a lot of like separate hallways that lead off of that. You see that there's shops essentially in these halls. So you're in a massive complex, but this it seems very well fortified and designed. It's very much dwarven architecture and design. You do eventually find this dented tankard. It doesn't take you too long, probably like 2 hallways down. You'll see that, and you can see that there is a sign over the entrance. You also notice that there is another establishment basically in the hall adjacent to the dented tankard, where you see another sign that seems to be for an inn that says the Cunning Shield Maiden.
Hey, wait. Didn't Archie didn't you say something about a shield maiden?
I sure did.
Look.
I see. Should we go in? I say yes.
Doesn't hurt to
Sounds
ask
good to
around.
me.
All right, so as you are making your way through the Great Hall over towards the Cunning Shield Maiden, Barnaby, you get this strange feeling like in the back of your neck. It feels as though you're being watched.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see anybody watching us?
Sure, yeah. Again, this is a Great Hall, so there's a lot of travelers and dwarves kind of mingling about. But yeah, throw a perception check as you look around to see if you can spot anybody who seems to be looking at you. No, there's a lot of folks kind of meandering through this area, but you don't spot any that seems to be looking at you intently.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm new around here, but I get the EBGBs around here. Maybe we're being watched because we're the, FNG people.
Oh, you're traveling with a big green buff giant with teeth sticking over his lips.
Yeah, Grim's got a good point. We do stick out, so I'm sure people like to stare.
Well, just the same, I'm gonna make sure my beer doesn't have any food in it.
That's free food, though.
Well, yeah, but not for later.
Does nobody have sticky fingers? If it's the guards watching, we don't
Yeah,
want to get in trouble.
We don't have Braddock anymore. I don't know if we have to worry about that as much.
God's rest his soul.
I put my arm around Barnaby's shoulder and squeeze him in close to my thigh. Stick with me, brother. We'll be fine. With my clawed hand, pats him on the back.
I'm glad we're friends, but not too close, right? I mean, I have personal space.
Oh, we don't. Orcs don't.
Well, that's friendly.
All right, so it sounds like you guys make your way into the Cunning Shield Maiden, and you can see that this is also seemingly patronized by merchants and other travelers. So again, you're seeing not the overwhelming dwarven majority here. A lot of travelers, a lot of folks kind of coming and going. And as you kind of just chat around, able to find a bar area, like a table to sit at as a group, you talk with one of the waitresses, and it seems as though this location is known for excellent beer at reasonable prices. Obviously, they also offer food, and you could stay here if you wish to. Kind of the general information that you're able to gather just in brief chatting without going into too much detail is that this is a great place to meet other people, to strike up business deals. Even, again, some of the people you're looking at, you can just tell by the cut of their garb that they are clearly merchants. You can see more like folks who look sort of like guards kind of standing near those folks. So, yeah, it seems like a great place to do business.
Does it seem like this place is named after Adeline? Does it have like a symbol, snowdrop anywhere, anything like that, or is it just a name?
Based on some of the things that you see around here, you would guess that this is named after Sif herself.
Okay. Yeah, someone here may know something about our target.
Or it might be a good place to hire someone.
Why do you always want to spend money?
Well, it's not spending money. We're just getting a new cut.
Why are you looking at my silver-tipped spear?
Yeah?
You're looking for a silver short sword? I think we did. I have a
Oh,
silver tip spear.
I have a silver
no,
short sword.
that's what I was looking for.
Are you looking for it?
I would actually like to use it. I
I-
realized that after a long actually looking at my character sheet over the weekend that I actually could use that.
Yeah, I only asked like 3 or 4 times if anyone wanted it. Now I'm going to sell it to you.
No, I could actually. I realize now I
Give
can
me a
actually
persuasion check.
use it.
The merchants in here will respect this.
All right. So, if you go, oh boy, so after a quick dialogue, I am going to go ahead and hand you over a silver short sword and take it off my character sheet.
Do they even let you religious types use those things? Seems pretty dangerous.
Yeah, sure. That's like my whole gimmick.
What? Stabbing people and then healing them to make everybody feel.
Well, you have the religious type that sit in the church, and then the religious type that go out and stab things.
Oh, you're a paladin. Oh,
Well, no,
that's
no,
cool.
no,
That's great.
no. That's you, I think.
Well, I do kind of tend to go on the holier side in regards to nature and just what's about and trying to preserve life, but I don't know if I'm a paladin, but sure. But
Yes.
here's the short sword.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna take that and equip that. I don't think there's any other special properties other than it's just a short sword.
It is silvered.
Well, that's useful for, I think, vampires. or undead.
Shapeshifters specifically, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, I would like to look around with my keen eyes and see if there's anyone who is looking for work, maybe. They got like a sign up, or I don't know, they just look like a mercenary.
We'll work for food sign
Yeah.
right next to the carts and the wagons. Yeah.
Well, what you do spot, Archgale, is as you're sitting kind of looking around, you notice this group of 3 dwarven soldiers, you would determine based on how they're currently attired, enter the they enter the cunning shield maiden here, kind of look around a bit. They seem to be chatting with one another, and then one motions to the other, and the 3 exit, and seemingly as the door is kind of swinging, they're making their way over to the dented tankard, it seems like.
Yeah, we should just get
Yeah,
up and head over there.
What about those guys? Let's go hire those guys.
Oh wow. I think they're headed towards their local spot.
Well, maybe we'll find some people there.
Well, there's
We can
already
ask questions.
6 of us. I mean, do we want to bring somebody else into the party? Things split up good on 6 versus our
Well,
7.
let me tell you this. I saw Braddock do this a couple of times. When we encounter a locked door, what do?
Burning.
Okay.
Nothing. Braddock fixes it.
When we come across a trap, what do? I think
Yeah,
we're
but-
missing someone key here.
Yeah.
Vigo found a trap. He fell in that hole. Wait, no, I wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Grim, you could break
How
down
do
a
you
door
know
if need
that?
be, right?
Huh? What?
Grim, you could break down a door if need be, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. He's got his own key. We're good. Sorry, I'm just trying to be difficult. Having fun on a Sunday.
I mean, I think getting someone that can quietly open those doors is a good idea if we are going to be in zombie land or whatever.
I mean, if we're gonna be fighting the entire undead army, more people is always just more beneficial.
Yeah. Well, let's head over there then. Seems like there's not much we're looking for here.
Yeah, I'm bored.
All right, so you guys exit the Cunning Shield Maiden, cross the hall there over to the Dented Tankard. As you enter the Dented Tankard, yeah, you notice that this is a little bit more hopping and seems to be more prominently dwarven. So a lot more dwarves here. The same 3 individuals you saw before, the 3 dwarven soldiers, are over in a corner, and you can see them discussing amongst themselves. As you watch them for just like 10 seconds or so, it certainly seems like one of them is sort of the leader and is like giving commands to the other or relaying orders, something along those lines.
Those guys look strong. I like those guys.
Yeah, go get that leader one.
Yeah.
You can hire them all.
They're probably a group, but let's see.
Who, me? Do you want me? Me?
More is better. Yeah, I mean, you guys probably speak the same language, right? You just grunt
Right.
at each other. 'cause
I'll
that's-
go with you in case they speak Dwarf and they want to speak to me.
Oh, okay. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Before we reach up to him, can I cast guidance on Grim?
You can keep in mind that if it has like verbal or somatic components, this is something that's going to be pretty obvious to the people who are here in the tavern.
Yes. Is magic frowned upon here?
I will say that in your travels, you rarely ever see people just randomly casting spells out in the open. Generally, that is the description I like to use is that when somebody's casting a spell and nobody knows what the spell is, it's kind of like someone pulling out a gun and just flipping it around their finger. Like, it might not shoot you, but it might.
Okay. In that case, forget it. I don't want to cause an incident.
All right, fair enough. So as you ask this question, Grim, you notice the one who you presume to be the leader. You see he looks over to you with this irritated look on his face. What do you want?
Well, actually, what we're curious about is some history of Gristle. We've heard some people talking over there about some red robes of Adeline, and we've ran into some ghouls on the road. It's been a hell of a terrible journey from Zobek. We're just wondering what's going on with all these ghouls, and we're also looking to hire somebody. So there's a few things on my mind.
You'll notice the dwarf kind of looks your way and kind of looks you up and down a little bit, and then he nods towards the seats across from him, and you see the two guys that were with him kind of scoot over to make room for you.
Oh, all right. I'll take a seat.
I'll follow along with behind him.
All right, you're sitting down in the same similarly.
Yeah, if there's enough room for us, sure.
Yep, yeah, there is. Just the two of you guys went, so yeah, there's plenty of room. All right, so as you sit across from this dwarf, you see he sets his very determined look right towards you. He says, you have the honor of speaking to Brogan Bonebasher, and who am I speaking with?
I'm Grim. I don't have a good last name like you do. It's nice to meet you.
He gives you a nod, then you see he looks over towards you, Vigo, and says, and you?
Vigo Emberhold from the Northlands.
You see he just kind of does this like almost like smirk. Sure. All right, well, I don't know about no red robes, but if you're talking about the holy robes, then yes, of course I know about them. I heard that story. I think everybody around here has heard that story. It's kind of a local legend. But you talking about fighting ghouls. When was the last time you fought ghouls?
Just yesterday. Just yesterday, as a matter of fact, up by Sunderland, just south of that. I let Elder Guards know when we came into town. You know, it's just a fighter's courtesy. Sure gave us a hell of a jaunt though, and we fought a Draken something or another, right, Vigo? What was it? What was that guy? Looked like a vampire or something?
Yes, I believe it was like a dark ghoul or something like that. That's what someone's told me it was.
Right on the road, eating dwarves.
You notice Brogan gets a smirk on his face here as he looks at you and kind of narrows his eyes. Sunderland, Dargul, what are you talking about?
Vigo, what's that town where we notified the next of kin?
It was the fort with the Griffin Riders.
No, after that.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't have the map pulled up here. I don't remember the name of the town, but it's a town along the way here.
You see, he looks at you guys very like trying to size you up kind of deal. It seems like you're mighty confused, if I might say so. When you were fighting those ghouls, did one of them have to smack you right in the head?
Well, we did get smacked around quite a bit, my friend. What are you drinking? Can I get you guys something? I'm parched.
Me and the lads will take an ale, yeah, if you're buying.
All right, I'll snap my clawed finger if I can. Can we snap, or maybe we don't snap? Excuse me. Can we get 5 ales, please? Thank you.
Yep, and waitress will hear that and make her way back to do that order.
Anyways, we are looking for assistance in this matter. If anyone wishes to help us, we need to do this on orders from high people.
Wait. I remember now. We went around the corner, and dwarves were being eaten by ghouls, and we were able to identify. Well, not identify. We found the gold nugget chain, like a pendant around his necklace, one of the victims, and we found the family at just outside Gristle. What's the name of that town, Vigo? Anyway, Vigo actually talked to them, and they were very happy that we resolved it. We went out of our way to help make sure that we taken care of this town. I hate to see these ghouls coming down here wreaking havoc on such nice folk.
You see he looks at you again a little bit closer. It sounds like you're confused on your details, but if you're fighting ghouls, then you've come to the right place. We've been in an eternal struggle with them, so always happy to find other fighters on our side for this effort.
Oh, you got my commitment. That actually brings me to one of the things I mentioned. Oh, thanks for the ale. We're down a body. Could use another body.
Maybe don't phrase it that way.
How many of there are you? It's not just you two, right? I saw you walk in with that group. It's got to be all you, right?
Yeah, he's a fighter. He knows what I'm talking about when I say I need a body. Yeah, so see those guys over there? Actually, they might be better off talking with you. Hey, smart guys. I want you to meet my friend, Brogan Bonebasher. Well, not a friend, a new acquaintance, sorry.
And bring the coins.
All right, rest of the team, you make your way over.
Barnaby does.
Yes.
Grim looks proud that he's
Yeah.
able to make friends at a bar.
All right, so as the rest of you guys kind of filter over and light introductions are made, Brogan kind of like offers you guys all to sit down once again. A little bit tighter now that it's your full group, but the waitress helped pulling up a couple side chairs to make more room. Brogan then, once everything calms down for a minute, he says, well, I've been fighting zombies, skeletons, ghouls, and worse in the Grisall marches for years. I can tell you a fair bit about how to defeat the living dead, but I don't know much about Krakovan saints and their relics, those robes you mentioned. I've heard of them, but I don't know a lot of details. I can tell you who does, though. Triheld Shardspike. She's dedicated her life to studying our enemies across the border in the Blood Kingdom. Her study is 6 levels down from here, and she won't talk to strangers, particularly non-dwarves, without an introduction. Yeah, you look like you can handle yourselves in a fight, though. If you help me bring back my men's bodies from a recent battle, I'll take you to see her. How does that sound?
Sounds like a fair trade to me. What was this battle, though? Make sure we're not getting in over our heads.
No, well, depends on, you see, you gotta look at you. I think your head's up there pretty high, so you'll go with us. I'll make sure that nothing too bad hits you, but you never know when you head over that way closer to the border. Sometimes the undead, they just kind of roll over, but we can take them if they do.
How many of your dwarven colleagues did you lose? And sorry to hear about your loss.
Yeah, it was an ambush, so I'm sorry to say we lost nearly a dozen.
Oh, so sorry to hear.
Yeah, we can definitely help, but should we get a cart or something? 12 is quite a few to carry.
Yeah, I've got mules lined up to head over there, and we would wrap them up in shrouds and put them on the mules and bring them back here for proper burials.
Yeah, just make sure you let us know, and I'll take a look at Archgale. He's our holy man, and he wants to make sure that everyone's proper burials are done appropriately. So he may be the best one for you to talk to about your wishes.
Well, we know how to bury them. We don't need any help on the rites or anything like that. It's really just going and retrieving the bodies. It's this battle happened 3 days ago, so I want to get over there quickly. As you know, when you fight the undead, bodies don't last forever. We won, but we lost a lot of our men. So I want to bring them back here for proper burials to make sure that they're treated with respect.
Oh, of course. And can we fought some undead, but I've also heard that there's some undead, and my apologies for even asking this question, but that they can come alive from dead bodies. Have you guys had that problem before? Any chance that maybe your co-workers are among the undead now?
You notice he looks up at you. Of course, that's always an issue when you're fighting undead. You never know. Like I said, I've been fighting zombie skeletons and ghouls for a lot of years. Yeah, of course, it's possible they've been turned into zombies, but I'm hoping we get there quicker before that happens and we can get them, retrieve them, and bring them back here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure Yep, sounds good to me.
Either way, we put them to rest. But
Agreed.
may I ask you a question? You are someone that fights the ghouls.
Yes, every day. That's my life.
Do you know of Havard Glimmerstone?
Yes, know him well. Good guy.
I would like to speak to him at some point. Is that possible?
Sure, yeah. He usually hangs out in the Graveslayer's barracks. I actually saw him there just earlier today. Yeah, you can find it right off the Great Hall.
Very, very well. The area we encountered those ghouls, it was supposed to have been swept clean by him, so he missed something.
I'm sure he'll want to know about it then. All right, well, we're heading out tomorrow morning to head back to where the battle was to retrieve the body. So you'll be ready tomorrow morning?
Meet you here.
Yep, meet us here.
Oh, why don't you give us some food for thought on how to take care of these ghouls? I appreciate it.
Killing them, yeah, with overwhelming force usually does the trick.
Right, Archie, write that down.
Yes, I will get on that.
And not getting hit. Yes, that's good too.
And I was going to ask whether you guys are okay fighting with different kind of allies, but looking at your motley crew, I'm assuming you take all comers, right?
No judgment here.
The enemy of the undead are our enemies as well.
All right, well,
Or
I
something
know
like
a
that,
guy.
yeah.
He's been trying to prove himself around here for some time, but truth be told, most of the higher-ups are uncomfortable having him around. He's doesn't really fit in here, you might say, but yeah, I think he'd be perfect for this, so I'm going to bring him along with us tomorrow morning.
No, that's okay. He could stay. No, just kidding.
All right. See you bright and early.
He gives you a nod and then takes a sip out of the drink that you bought for him.
We need to stock up on anything before tomorrow. Spend some time replenishing our supplies.
So when it's just us, nobody else is in earshot, I'll just say, and if some of you are short on gold, I can to get some healing potions. I've got some gold I can share.
I've got 3 healing potions, but I also have gold. How much do we have? We should maybe inventory our wares.
I have 2 potions of healing.
Is he still there, Adam, or he left? Or
I'm
we were
assuming
set-
you guys have moved away because he's off in his corner. I'm assuming you guys just went to a different location.
Okay, I want to before I leave, and say how far a journey are we going tomorrow morning?
Oh, you're going back and asking him that?
Yeah, I wanted to ask him before I left how far are we walking tomorrow?
From here, it's probably 2 days.
All right, thanks. See you tomorrow.
He gives you another nod.
So I got 3 rations left, I think. Let me check. Oh no, I have plenty. Okay, ready. I don't think I need to get anything.
So we have like a whole day before we go to bed, basically.
You do, yeah.
I'm going to craft a potion of healing. In that case.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, you're in a town that dwarven town that has certain resources and stuff. So yep, you could certainly do that here.
Okay, so that costs 25 gold and 8 hours.
Yep. So we will assume that you chat around till you find like a local herbalist, and they're like, yeah, you can use the gear set up here. Maybe just help with a little other things. So we'll assume that you work 8 hours crafting your potion, and then probably spend like an hour helping them sweep up and stuff like that, just to be able to use their little setup.
Okay.
All right. So we know what Vigo's doing for the day. How about the rest of you guys?
I think I'll stick around here and continue to ask about the robes. See if there's anything else I can learn.
Sure, Archkill, go ahead and throw me a persuasion check as you chat around with some locals. See if you can learn anything more about the robes.
Are you sure I can't do a religion? All right, persuasion.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're just like chatting with them, trying to convince them.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of the dwarves are pretty gruff, and as you're like trying to go up to them and talk to them about holy, you get the impression that like they think you're trying to convert them. Like you just start talking about religion too soon. Maybe you're just a little bit odd. It's hard to say, but yeah, they're not buying it. They're just like, go away.
I got something in my teeth.
Or it's me standing next to you.
All right. Anybody else?
Is
Anything
there-
you're wanting to do for the day?
Is there a church?
Yes, there are multiple churches here in Grisal dedicated to like the three main religions of the area. Is there something specific you're looking for?
Just to donate some gold to help with the poor.
Okay, yeah, all three of them would certainly be willing to take any kind of donation that you wish. If you have a like specific religion that you're trying to support, I can tell you the three main ones here. Sif is definitely one of them. Also, Volund, Koors, and Wotan and Thor Perrin, along with Sif. So yeah, there's several of them, and they all of them would be more than happy to take a donation.
The Church of Thor.
All right, Thor Perrin. Yep, you donate to the Church of Thor Perrin. Feel free to donate how much ever you wish. And yes, they are very thankful. They offer you to stay here and enjoy their services if you wish. And basically, you got a place to hang out, and the people are very grateful and chat you up and that sort of thing.
What I want to do is I want to cast disguise self on myself to turn myself into a dwarf, or like make myself look like a dwarf. And then I want to find a shop and try to ask about the value of those moonstones that I found, like while disguised as a dwarf, to see if they'll, be a little friendlier to me.
Okay, fair enough. So this is just an action casting time. So what I'm going to ask is, I'm assuming because this has verbal and somatic components, you're going to try to find somewhere that's kind of out of the way to cast this. So throw me a stealth check, and this is going to basically represent how well you find somewhere that is kind of out of the way to not draw attention to yourself before you cast this.
Okay.
All right,
And then
so
I'll cast it subtly as well, if that makes any difference, just so there's no I'm not standing in an alley just like waving my arms about.
and that certainly will make a difference. Yeah, because subtly removes all components. Is that right?
Yes. Anything other than material that is consumed or like used. So like things like chromatic orbs still need the diamond.
All right, fair enough. So I will assume you kind of like find an out of the way area here in Grisal and kind of just looking against the wall. There's no one real close by. When you do this subtly, you don't have to make any motion or anything. So yeah, you're quite confident nobody has noticed this. And yeah, you change your form a bit to look a bit more like a dwarf. So remind me, how tall are you right now?
I'm like 6'7". I'm actually very short for a Goliath, but
Okay, so the most you can go is 1 foot shorter, so you'd be a 5'7" dwarf. Maybe that's reasonable, but you're obviously on the taller end for dwarves.
okay. I probably wouldn't be a dwarf then if I realized that was that. Maybe something that's just a little more common though. Like I guess just a human. Like if 5'7" is like in the realm of possibilities for a dwarf, I would do it. But if that's like
it's in the realm of possibility. It's just at the higher end. So you would be like you would stick out as like a really tall dwarf.
Okay, I think that's still probably fine.
All right, fair enough. So you adopt that disguise, and then you head out, seeing what you can find as far as trying to sell the moonstones.
Not necessarily trying to sell them, like just trying to get like an accurate gauge on them. Like maybe like pricing it out. If I get a really good price, I would potentially sell them, but I just want to see what they think it's worth.
All right, sure. Throw me a persuasion check. So we'll assume you stop by some of the various shops and just chat with some of the shopkeepers and try to get a general price here. Yeah, so you find one who's really chatty here and like comments about your height multiple times, and but then it's like, oh yes, these are quite good quality. I would give you 50 gold for each one.
I will thank him and then move like on my way because I want to go back to the party and then like discuss selling them and then maybe come back.
Okay, fair enough. We'll assume you find a way to rejoin your team. So anybody that hasn't been able to do something so far, is there anything specific you would like to do here in Grisal?
Adam, I just posted it. Mine's just RP purposes, and we don't need to play it out unless there's a need for it.
Yeah, if you're not trying to learn anything specifically, then no, we don't have to.
Yep.
I'm going to be asking Archie. So, does Rava and Sif fight each other in the heavens? Is that how these god things work? So that's the kind of stuff I'll be in Archie's ear as we're hanging out.
Actually, what does the pantheon look like? Like, I know I worship Rava. Is that generally good? bad, neutral towards like these dwarves and their religious views?
I mean, I would say Rava tends more towards a neutral disposition towards the dwarves. So yeah, I don't think you would consider yourselves being like against them or at war with them or anything like that.
Okay, I will explain as best as I can how they don't really interact with each other.
I will take deep interest in figuring out the pantheon.
Yeah, so like if I look through the dedication of Rava's information here, the only deity that is sort of shared here in Grisal, it says she has a long-standing but genial feud with Volund over whose artifice and creation skills are greater. So, though with those dwarves who are worshippers of Volund here, which is a good chunk of them, if you were to like announce yourself as a follower of Rava, you'd probably get a few little bit of like good-natured one-upsmanship, but like, oh yeah, but our stuff's better. I mean, come on, look, that sort of thing. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Anybody else have anything they want to do before we move on? All
As
right.
far as those blue stones go, does anyone know if they're just gems or if they're actually, do they do other things? Like, is it a spell component or anything?
They're not magical.
Yeah, all we know is they're not magical. We don't know if there's any like value other than selling them. But at the same time, like if we don't have anything to spend the money on, we can just keep them as stones and maybe find a use for them.
50 gold sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of look at it going, if you found somebody who's willing to give you a good price, you know,
Yeah, also true.
I vote sell, just if we're doing a quick vote.
Yeah, I'm
Good
fine with
with
that
that.
too.
Okay, I'm cool.
If that's the case, then I would probably like make my way back, and I guess probably have to try the same thing of disguising myself again. I'm not sure if I could find my party and make it back there all within an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's pretty reasonable. This is pretty contained. The only awkwardness would be when you spoke with your party, they would have no idea who you were, so you'd have to go through that whole, no, it's actually me, right? And that'd be a little awkward, but yeah, I'd say you'd be able to get back there within an hour.
Okay, then I'll attempt to sell them if I can.
Yeah, good to his word. He will take all of them if he wants to sell all of them, 50 gold each.
All right, I will remove those from my inventory and add 500 gold to my inventory.
All right.
I might need to borrow some gold, I realize, for a material component.
Well, I
oh,
have
what
a
do you
bunch.
need, my friend?
It's expensive, 200 gold.
I can spot you that. What do you
I
need?
could give you 50 gold if you want.
I'll just
Okay.
give them
Oh,
to
wait a second. What spell are you trying to cast? I don't want you to cast, get something to cast a silly spell like sparkly stuff.
No, it is a spell to bring forth a beast companion.
Oh, you're bringing an animal. Yeah, that's fine. I'll give you 50 gold for that. That's cute.
All right, I'll take your 50, but Zach has already given me 200, so I'm just going to give
Oh, if
your
you,
50 to Zach.
okay, fair enough.
Hey, are
Thank you.
dwarves forgers of weapons?
Yes.
Well, can we? How much is a +1 weapon? You think here? If we could even find one for Glory and myself, at least one of us should have some +1 something, right, buddy?
We can see. I'm not sure we have that much gold.
Yes, it would be very useful.
Yeah,
What's a plus? What do you mean by, like, you want 2 weapons?
a really sharp one.
It's just much more better.
More
Oh, you want a
better.
gooder one. You want a gooder one.
Good. I don't know. Maybe Vigo can do his dwarf thing and find a place.
I admit I am more comfortable out in the world instead of in these cities, even though it is my people's.
Well, we have a
Alright.
way. We can just find all the weapon shops and see if anybody's got a super shiny fancy sword for you.
Great
Alright.
idea.
Somebody wants to take the lead on that? Go ahead and throw me a persuasion check.
Nope.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm fairly decent at this.
Okay.
You ask around about... Yeah, go ahead. Are you going to do any kind of modifiers there?
I will actually burn my inspiration for this.
Okay.
Um,
bummer.
you ones.
All right. You ask around about any kind of special equipment or extra specially crafted weapons, that sort of thing. Most of the people around are saying, yeah, go to this shop, go to that shop. They have the best gear around. Their axes are sharper or their hammers are better. You don't really get the impression that there's a quote-unquote magic shop. Chatting with a few different people, however, you do get directed to go to speak to this individual known as Ajarlo Massioni. They say that that individual seems to have some interesting items for sale.
All right, well, we can make our way there. See if they actually have something.
All right, so you ask around of where this Ajarlo person is, and eventually you get directed over to this stall that's on the outskirts of one of the temple entrances. As you approach, you notice a fairly thin-looking man who is standing by this cart. He's got a few different boxes on the cart, and it looks like there's also an underneath area of the cart as well. As you're approaching, you see a smile stretches across his face. This is a human, so a little bit out of place in the more dwarven area, but you've seen enough humans in the area to know that they're welcome here, of course. And he says, "Oh, welcome, welcome. Look at you all, fine gentlemen. You must be adventurers by that great craftsmanship and how well you carry yourselves. Well, you have come to visit my stall. I am honored, I say. Is there something that is of interest that you're looking for?"
The sharpest and pointiest of stabbing implements.
Or blunt bludgeoning ones.
Slicing, slashing.
Oh, I see. Well, I am not exactly one of weapons, but I will tell you that I have some items that would be more potent in your hands than any weapon could ever be. Have you ever made use of a relic, a magical relic?
We have some. We haven't made use of them.
Well, I don't know what kind of opponents you face, but I can put the divine on your side with one of my relics. Interested?
Potentially.
Have you heard of Sister Adelind?
Hey, Archie.
Oh, I heard. Go on.
Oh, so you're knowledgeable of Sister Adelind. Well, it may shock you to know that I am one of the only individuals that possess something from the fallen sister. In fact, you see he places a small wooden box up front and motions with his hand as though he's revealing something very precious. And he says, "This here is a finger bone of the sister. It is imbued with divine energy and will bring great luck to your side and foe and woe to your enemies."
What do you
Can
do?
I
Eat it?
Can I insight him to see if he's trying to scam us?
You sure can. Yeah, throw me an insight check. You don't think so. This guy is clearly a smooth-talking seller, but you don't get and kind of read that he is trying to scam you.
Wow, this is quite the impressive item you have. In fact, we're actually looking for other artifacts of the sister. Where did you happen to find this?
Would you believe that I took it from her corpse myself? when she fell to the many ghouls who overwhelmed her. I was on the battlefield some time later, maybe only a week based on some of the local stories that I heard, and I saw what was remaining. There was almost nothing left. It was buried in an area by many different bodies, but you could see the outline of where she was. They left virtually nothing remaining, but she dug her hand in as a last act of defiance, and this is where I found the skeletal finger.
Would you be offended if we asked our friend here to detect its magical properties?
I doubt you would be able to. This is a divine magical item. Its power is undetectable.
Can I insight that? Is that a thing?
You can insight at disadvantage since one of your team members have also already insight for essentially the same purpose.
Okay.
No, you think he is telling the truth?
All right.
So
Well,
what do you do? Eat it?
yeah. What does it do?
Wait. Oh, that's a good question.
It puts the divine on your side. The spiritual force of Sister Adeline will be with you. Where you go, she will go. Her protection will fall over you like a warm blanket.
Hold on. Let me see.
Okay, wait a minute. No. Do you eat it?
No, you don't
no,
eat.
my
No.
friend, of course not. It is a holy relic.
What do you do?
You keep it
Did
on your person, and you see this box, you hold it tightly to yourself. Just having it on your person will bring her protection down upon you and those nearby you.
How much are you want for it?
Well, I am afraid to say that this is a unique item. I don't really even want to depart with it because it is so precious to me. But you all have the look of people with purpose. You look like you need this on your side. I'm afraid it is very costly, but I would be willing to part for it for 500 gold pieces.
What
Is that a
about
lot?
what about a trade?
Mm,
A trade, possibly. What do you have to trade?
I'll show him that chalice.
Interesting. Tell me more. What is this?
Well, basically, if you drink from it, you have the ability basically to control those who drink from it for a period of time.
Very interesting. Well, where did you find this?
Underneath Zobek.
My, great adventurers you are, much like I thought when I first saw you. You know, your purpose seems divine. I think this meeting between our two sides was inevitable. I will agree to your trade. He
Great.
takes the box and he lifts it up towards you with wondering eyes at you, Zach.
I'll look to the group. You guys agree?
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's Adeline's knuckle.
All right, deal.
All right, he hands you this box very gently and makes sure that you take full possession of it before he pulls his hand away. And even when he does, he looks to make sure you have a firm grasp on it before he pulls his hand away. And then he uses his hand to take the chalice from you and holds it very gingerly as he rotates it. And he says, "The sister's protection goes with you. I am sure you will go on to do great things."
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
hey, what about Adeline's robes? We've been hearing some stuff about those.
Holy robes. Holy robes.
Yeah, those.
I have heard stories of this too, my friend, but I will tell you, when I got there, there was nothing there remaining. I've heard some story about just a scrap of cloth was taken. All I can say is that if that is true, it was taken before I got there. I have not heard of that. I have not heard of that being around anywhere. I would think if something like that does exist, it would be, wow, that would be a find.
Didn't they say that it was something something Kingdom of Mermaids?
Sounds right.
Do you know about that Kingdom of Mermaids? I hear it's somewhere in uh Krakova.
Well, Krakova is the kingdom of mermaids, or it was before it fell to the Blood Kingdom.
Oh, wow. Oh, actually, that gives me a good thing to ask. Do you happen to know where the Queen in Exile is?
The Queen in Exile? Do you mean the Queen of Krakova?
Yeah, well, like I assume. Sorry, I heard like a poem kind of thing, or like maybe a fortune. Anyways, it just mentioned a Queen in Exile, Ursula of Krakova. So I assume, once the kingdom was overthrown, she went into exile.
There
Maybe
are
she.
rumors abound of just stories like that, my friend. They say that some of the royal family survived. Some say that they were all killed. If she is in exile, I would assume she's somewhere who was friendly to Krakova. I can't say I know where that would be, though, unfortunately.
Oh, worth an ask. All right. Where did you find the body?
Oh, it was on the battlefield in Krakova. I would not recommend going there now. It is just lousy with undead, or so they say.
How did you know which finger was the right finger to take?
No, it was the only one remaining, would you believe that? In an area that was surrounded by undead corpses. Their bodies were slashed and pierced from the violent battle that occurred there. When the lady herself fell, you could tell where it occurred because there was so many undead bodies there surrounding her. It was the only place that made sense. Her last valiant stand before she was taken down. I looked in the ground there. I shuffled through the dirt, and that is when I saw it, perfectly lining up to where her body was lying. The ghouls ate most of her, I am afraid to say, but the finger bone stuck in the dirt was her last defiant act.
Oh,
That's
bless her.
really cool. Really cool story.
Yeah, take inspiration for that. That was a great one.
Hey, Archie, you need to figure out who are the allies of Krakow, that place. And, that might be a good place for this queen to be hanging out, right?
Yeah, if she went into exile, I've sort of thought, maybe assumed, that we were standing in one, seeing as they're fighting undead, and I assumed maybe Krakova probably had the same goal before it got overthrown.
That is true, my friend. That is true. The dwarves of Grisal here have long been opponents of the undead. Perhaps even the queen is here being protected by the leaders. But, of course, if that was to happen, it would be a secret, and people like me, humble merchants, would not be able to know this.
Maybe in the lower sections. We'll have to figure out about that later. Could be one of the things they're hiding down there, actually. Be a perfect place.
You notice him nodding.
Well, do we have any other business here? Did some of you want weapons? Maybe we could ask them where to find some good weapons.
Okay. This knuckle's cool and all. I'm disappointed that you can't eat it, but any really good blacksmiths around to make really gooder weapons?
Oh, my friend, you are in Grisal. There are dwarven craftsmen abound. Yes, I'm sure if you were to ask them, they would tell you who is the best craftsman. Weapons, hammers, war axes, those types of things. This is their bread and butter. I am sure if you head over to the merchant area, but down the hall there and then hang a right, you will see that there are many shops and you will hear the anvil striking and it strikes around the clock here in Grisal. I bet you would find quite the apt craftsman.
Cool.
That sounds like where we're headed next.
All right, so it sounds like you guys leave this area right by the temple and make your way over where Argelo has directed you. And sure enough, you hear the sound of ringing metal. You can see that there is like smoke lifting up through some various tunnels where there is like tunnels that have been crafted intentionally to gather the steam and smoke and shift them upwards. And yeah, you found yourself in like a row of various weapon and armor shops.
All right. Hey, bud, what do you got for sale?
So I will. I'll make this a little bit quicker for you. So as you speak to some of the dwarves and you're focused primarily on magical weapons, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm the best craftsman, or I make the best of this. That guy over there makes a little bit better than this." When you keep her like, "Yeah, but not just regular stuff. I'm looking for top of the line." Eventually they're like, "Oh, you're looking for like magical stuff. No, no, no. We don't have the ability to make those kind of things."
Well, oh, well, that sucks.
It's alright. You can use their silver weapons for now. You just keep bashing people with your bashing stick.
Okay.
I bet we get lucky, and I bet we'll have something really great for one of you soon.
That's all I was planning to do, Adam, was to maybe check out some shops and magic stuff. So that's my day for Grim.
Yeah, I think I got pretty much. I think if anything, I'd like to maybe see if I could attune to the finger.
Sure, yeah. So you're going to make your way back over to like one of the inns that you're staying at and just spend some time there, like a short rest, see if you can attune to it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you can do that. Anybody else, anything you're doing here? I'll just remind you guys there was some talk about trying to track down Havard Glimmerstone. Is that something you're wanting to do today before you leave tomorrow, or are you going to leave that for when you return?
Vigo's doing the potion thing, so he's not able to do that. So he'd probably just wait until they get back.
I'm fine with leaving that for tomorrow or the day after or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd just do some volunteer work or whatever.
We've been
All right.
on the road for a while, so I think Zach's fine with just, taking it easy for a day or two.
All right, sounds good. So let's go ahead and fast forward to that a bit then. So Archgale, you make your way back to one of these taverns or inns that you're staying at. You find yourself in like a small corner of the room. You spend that hour trying to focus to essentially identify and attune to this finger bone. To clarify, are you opening the box or are you trying to attune to the box itself?
Oh no, I'll open the box. It'll actually be the finger, I suppose.
All right, fair enough. So as you're getting ready to open the box, you notice that there's this like enamel, almost like string, or think of this as like a covering that is around the box. It looks very elaborate and decorative, but it looks like to open the box, you would have to essentially break that to open the box. Is that something you're willing to do?
Did he put it on after? He showed us the bone, didn't he?
He did
Or
not.
did he just show us the box? Oh, we didn't even see the bone?
He has only showed you the box.
Oh, I will ask Zach what he thinks is what I should do.
If I'm there with you, I'd be like, just open it.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll break the string to open it.
All right, so you break this like enamel string, and then you open this box, and you can see that there is a like fine cloth inside, and on there is indeed a finger bone.
Okay. And then I will try to identify and attune.
Sure. So you spend that hour, and after that hour is up, this is not a magical item, so you cannot attune to it.
Great. Zach, I think we got scammed.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, we didn't need that chalice anyway, so.
Oh, what about the cloth? Is it seem like it's seen battle? Like it was like the finger itself was ripped with the cloth?
No, it looks like it's more pristine and probably was separate from the bone itself.
Can I do a medicine check to identify what kind of bone it is and to see if it would have belonged to a female human, I presume.
Absolutely, yeah. Throw me a medicine check. Based on the nature of this does not look like a human finger bone. This is most likely a dwarven finger bone.
Do we know if the sister Adeline was a dwarf?
You don't believe so. You believe that she was human.
Okay, so we definitely got scammed.
Well, we'll just beat
I'm
him
going
up.
back right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Right now.
All right, let's go. Let's
Give me that
go, Grim.
box.
All right, here's the box. Here you go.
I'm gonna march over there. It's
You make your way
fervently as-
back to the temple district there, and you notice where the stand was. You don't see Argelo any longer.
Oh. There's my lower teeth over my upper lip, growling in the air.
You notice some dwarves walking by just kind of look at you oddly and then just shake their heads. You hear some of them mention orcs, but they just move on. You don't see any response from wherever Argelo went.
Oh my god. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. Right here. Where is he? Archie, where is he?
Well, let's not do it in public. You know, they are around.
Maybe ask the guy who told us about this guy.
I mean, there's a lot of dwarfs here. We're trying to track down one individual.
I can't believe we didn't look at this first.
I'm gonna put his eyeball in the box. And then, Archie, you're gonna sell it and say that this is a relic of Rava down in Zolbeck, and we'll make our money back.
I'm not gonna lie like that, but I appreciate your enthusiasm.
I tell you what, until we find him, maybe somebody should still carry it just in case. I mean, it is a holy relic, maybe.
It's
Maybe
definitely
not.
It's
Well, yeah, but it won't. I mean, I'm just saying, don't throw it on the ground and smash it, right? I mean, you never know. I mean, I would still hold on to it.
Grim, you can eat it now if you want.
I would no. Barnaby has a good point.
At least until we find the person that sold it to us,
We
and
don't
then you
even-
can smack them around.
Yeah, maybe you could smack them around.
Oh, I'm smacking something.
Lesson learned.
All right. Well, lesson learned.
We're such a bunch of noobs.
Well, if it makes you guys feel any better, I totally winged that speech right off the bat of my head. So,
Good job.
all right. So it sounds like you guys are prepped and ready to go for the next morning and regroup up with Brogan and make your way to collect the bodies of his fallen soldiers.
Yes.
Alrighty, excellent. I'm going to move you guys back to the map, just give you an idea of where you're headed.
Oh, do we get a long rest from that?
You do indeed, yes. I'm going to assume you guys slept
Alright.
overnight here, and once again, just deduct 1 silver piece as expenses, booking a room, that sort of thing. All right, so as you guys wake up in the morning, head back over to the Dented Tankard, you notice that Brogan is standing here with his 2 dwarven soldiers once again. You see him looking at some different paperwork and stuff. As you guys approach, he nods and says, all right, there you are. So here's where we're going to go. And you see he looks at the map. He says, we're here right now, and we're going to have to pass by this area, across some area like the streams and so forth, and we'll be over the Dureshi border, and we'll see what's there. But hopefully all my men are still there. We'll get them. We'll come back as quickly as we can. It should be about 2 days to get there, based on my recollection.
Oh, we probably need to pick up a couple rations then. Do that on the way up.
I think I still have the. Well, actually, that's not correct. Hold on a second.
All right, as you guys are figuring out the mundane details of what you need and all that, I just want to brace you. Don't be scared, okay? I know some of you guys look like you're pretty well steeled and all that, but don't be scared, okay? All right, come on, guy, get over here. And you notice this figure steps up from a shaded area of the tavern and starts making its way over. Keith, would you like to go ahead and describe what your character looks like?
Sounds good. You see a relatively slate build. Hopefully everybody knows the characters know a tiefling. So he's dark skinned with a rather large scar going across his face and a rather striking set of large black horns. He's wearing scale mail and has a couple of weapons strapped to his back, but rather unusual looking fellow to say the least. His eyes have a bit of an unnatural yellow glow to them.
That
All
one will
right,
fit right in.
this is him. Like I said, don't be scared of him. He's been doing some pretty good work out here, and I think he'll be pretty good with this task. Introduce yourself. Don't make him guess what your name is now.
Sorry, Lord Brogan. Here are your good boots. I did my best, but those ghoul guts, you really got into the laces. I did all I could. Hi, I'm Caliban. The guys typically call me Cal or just Demon Spawn. Whatever. Caliban is good.
I like Demon Spawn better.
Grim, is he related to you? Do you know him?
Dude, are you
Yep.
still hungover? I'm green giant thing. He's got horns on his head. No, we're not. And I'm not in a good mood.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cause a problem in your group. I'm
It's
sorry,
all right.
Lord
It's all
Brogan.
right. You did a great job on the boots. Look at this, guys. You see, you hold them up. Look at that. They've been colored up pretty good. Good job. Good job.
So if we need someone to polish our boots, he's our man. Is that what you're saying?
I do more than that. I try to help out where I can. I'm pretty good with a sword, and I got a little bit of magic. I know how to patch people up if you get hurt. I just try to help out wherever I can.
So you're like a squire.
Yes,
Other
a
than that,
squire. Okay, good.
I've tried, but animals tend not to like me very much.
What?
Why, do you harm animals?
No, I love animals, but they get a kind of a whiff of me. I guess a bit of brimstone. I don't know. They tend to shy away from me.
Wait, do you smell bad?
I don't think so, but I don't often get good feedback. If you just sort of look around, you probably see the reaction people have for me.
So Grim will walk up real close and go,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's probably a little hint of brimstone there, a little smell of Elturel.
yeah, I can smell it for sure. Actually, I can smell it when you walked in, but well,
Polite of you not to say
name's-
anything.
the name's Grim.
Good to meet you. You look like a mighty warrior.
No, I'm a wizard.
You're a wizard?
He's not a very good one.
Well, he does make things disappear. Mostly food and ale.
Oh, true.
Oh, well, with that regard, I am Archgale, and I will hesitantly offer you a handshake.
Oh, that's very kind of you. You notice that he has quite long and kind of clawed fingers, but and they're quite maybe a bit unnaturally long. But he's happy to give you a nice firm handshake.
I'm Zach, and I will not offer him a handshake.
I've never seen one like you. Wow, you're very tall.
Yeah, well, I mean, yep.
You were right, Lord Broken. This is a unusual group. Maybe.
What I said, you're gonna fit in just well, aren't you?
Yeah. It's sort of nice not being the only unusual one.
Well, speak for yourself.
I always thought the reason they stayed away from him is he uses a sword and not like an axe or a good warhammer. But, to each their own. All right, are you all ready? You got all your provisions? Got what you need?
I think I'm set.
Yes, we should be good.
All right, I'm itching to get over there, so I'm going to set a fast pace. You got to keep up. You got it? Let's go.
Let's
All right.
go.
All right, you guys make your way out of Gristle, finding yourself out in the front once again, and you notice that there are 6 mules here. You see one of the dwarven guards that is with Brogan will take the lead of those mules and direct them, and you guys begin this journey. As you're journeying, you will see that Brogan seems to be sort of like lost in thought, doesn't really chat much at all. If you try to speak to him, he seems to be very much focused and will just answer very brief, curt responses to try to end the conversation as quickly as he can. You will hear occasionally one of the guards giving encouraging words to the mules, like, hey, let's go, buddies. Yeah, come on, guys. And then the other guard seems to be just kind of humming some tuneless sounds on occasion. Other than that, any noise that you make is just the noise you guys are making yourselves. This journey does take you a full day. You're getting towards the end of that day. Is there anything in particular you guys are doing during the day? Chatting with one another, anything like that?
I just have a general question. How big is this party? Like, how many like extra dwarves do we have?
3. So there's the cat. There's Brogan, Bone. I already forgot his last name. Brogan. We're going to call it Bone Basher. There we go. Brogan, Bone Basher, and his 2 guardsmen, and then the 6 mules, and then you guys.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Anything in particular you guys are chatting about or doing, prepping, anything like that?
Vigo wants to give a healing potion to Zach.
I already have 3. You can.
Who needs one? The new devil guy? Would you like a healing potion?
Wow. And he sort of looks over to Brogan for if he's allowed to take it.
Brogan gives you an incline of the head.
Yes, that's very kind of you. I have healing abilities of my own, but nothing like a potion. I actually have to get there and hold the wound shut, and I use a healer's kit. But yeah, this could be very useful. Thank you.
For sure. Let me just make sure. No one else needs one, right?
No, I do not need a healing potion.
I take my healing from, well, from the spirit world.
Yeah, but it's good to have a backup. Anyways.
It's also faster than casting your spells, so.
Indeed. Well, I have a few more if anyone needs more. So here, Caliban. And Vigo, tosses it towards him.
He snatches out of the air and gives you kind of a tip of his head, which is a bit odd because you get a bit of a horn pointed in your direction. Very much obliged. And you see him kind of slip the healing potion into his bag, where you see some other his healing kit. He's already has a healing kit kind of on a side bag, so it's got some various bandages and implements there.
All right, just keep your distance because you stink to me as well.
Apologies.
All right, near the end of this first days of travel, as the light in the sky begins to head down, Brogan will stop for a moment, kind of scan around. He'll say, Caliban, go help Delgar with the mules, all right?
Yes, sir. I'll do my best. You know how the mules feel about me, but yep, I'm on it.
Yeah, just stay downwind of them. It'll be fine. All right, and as Caliban kind of makes his way off toward the mules, you'll notice Brogan looks towards you, Grim, and he says, I got a pretty good read on people. You're the group leader, right?
Well, yep, think so. It's your very keen eye.
He nods. Well, one thing I want to keep in mind here is Caliban, he seems like a good kid and all that, but I gotta say, he makes people back at Gristle a little uneasy. And, well, seeing as you're all a motley group and, pretty eclectic group of people and, you don't seem to be racked by much, I've been encouraged to see if I can't send Caliban on his way. Send him on the next leg of his journey, wherever that ends up being and all that. Are you perhaps looking for another member of your group?
Now, wait a minute. I've watched him this whole time. He doesn't seem very tough at all.
You haven't seen him fight
He
yet.
seems like a wuss. He seems wussy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Do you let your underlings speak up while you're engaging in leader-to-leader conversation here? That's not very good,
Yeah, excuse me, Barnaby. So it doesn't seem like he can handle himself, and I'm not babysitting this guy. I'm not personally responsible for this devil's well-being, but we are looking for some more hands. I'm just worried that he's not gonna do shit.
I don't expect you to look after him. Truth be told, he can take care of himself, or at least he says so. And I gotta say, he's been really good at the odds and ends jobs that we've assigned to him. Some of the guys back there even tried to give him some of the real messy, nasty jobs that nobody likes to do, and he did them. I gotta say, he's good for the go, and he'll do the things that nobody else wants to do.
Well, we got things we don't like to do, so yeah. If he turns out to be dead weight, I'll just chop his head off or something.
Well, I gotta say, I've taken a little bit of shining to the kid now, so don't do that. But if you don't like him, just send him on his way, somewhere else. Just not back to Gristle.
All right. Well, as the leader of this group, we'll take him. And we'll see how he does.
Good. All right, I'm not going to tell him that yet. I'm going to tell him that he's kind of auditioning for a spot. So, feel free to give him a hard time and, really test him and all that. But, yeah, that'd be great if you could take him. All right, good deal. I'm glad we got that settled. You can let your other guys know, too. So, all right, I gotta head back and make sure everything's good.
All right, Captain. Hey, guys, gather around.
All right, battle buddy.
All right, here's the deal.
What do you want?
Bone Basher, Breaker, whatever. He's letting us, eventually we might keep this Cal guy, but it's going to be like an audition status, you see? So we'll see how he goes, and maybe we'll adopt him. And he does a lot of shitty work, you said, like, shining boots. Maybe he can dump my latrine when I wake up in the morning.
If you want him, you gotta feed him. You gotta walk him.
Sounds like he's a slave, like they're trying to sell him or something.
Well, I don't know. We'll see how he does, right?
Free labor's good.
We'll see. Yep, we'll see.
He doesn't get a share.
Yeah, we won't tell him about that.
All right, good talk, guys. Let's break up, make camp. Make sure we get a good fire going, and we run some rations. Got to rest up. Big day tomorrow. Good work today, guys.
All right, and
Oh
Caliban,
my gosh.
as you're helping with the
leader.
mules here, Caliban, you'll notice Brogan comes up to you and he's like, "All right, well, I talked to the leader back there, and I gotta say, Caliban, I think this is your chance. This group looks like they're willing to take you in, but you really, really got to prove yourself here, okay? You got to make sure you put that 5-star effort into everything you do, and I think this is your ticket."
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good. That means I'm moving up, right? That's a chance for me to do good. Are they on some sort of quest mission?
Yes, that's exactly what it seems like. Yeah, they're exactly the kind of people that would be on an important mission. But what I can tell you is on the way up here, they told me that they were fighting ghouls along the way. So they are certainly aligned with our, aims and so forth. So make sure you get your sword arm up. Make sure you protect yourself. Protect them if you can, and I'm sure you'll win a spot with them.
Hey, that'd be great. I'm pretty good with ghouls. I saved your guys' butt, right? Oh, I wasn't supposed to talk about that. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, well, you're all right with them. Yeah, you can fight. You don't really have the dwarven style of fighting, but as I've said before, you make the people back at Gristle just a little bit uncomfortable. It's not really the place for you, but I'm sure your place is out there somewhere, and just keep putting in that good effort, and you'll find it.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. I'll see what I can do.
All right. Delger can take care of the animals from here, but. Go see if Jorik needs any help for now. Just gotta make sure that everything's good. Find a good spot to put the camp down. We've been traveling for a while now. It's probably about time to relax for the night.
Yeah, I'll make sure the gear is ready for the morning.
Good. All right, dismissed. I'm gonna head back. All right, guys. So camp is shortly set up there with, I imagine, Caliban doing some help there, getting everything ready. You'll notice the 2 dwarven guards doing some similar work. If you wish to put up tents, if you have them, you can do so. You will notice that Brogan does indeed have a tent, and you see his 2 guardsmen seem to sleep on the outskirts of that tent. They get things ready. You hear Brogan talking about watch orders. He's got each of his dwarves taking a watch. Caliban, he'll ask you to take a watch as well, and then he'll go to the rest of the group and say, all right, that leaves 1 or 2 watches. At least one could do with 2.
I suppose I can do that.
All
I
right.
could take a watch.
All right, there's our 2. That sounds great. Big guy with mask and human. All right, that'll work. All right, so as the tents are all set up and some food is eaten, rations, that sort of thing, people taking drinks out of their water skins or wine skins, you will notice Brogan leads his dwarves in a prayer. You can hear them speaking Dwarvish. Vigo, you would certainly hear them giving this prayer. Anybody else that speaks Dwarvish as well. This seems to be a prayer to Kors for the recently fallen comrades and those lost in battles earlier this year. Once he gets into the names of the dwarves that have fallen, it is so long that it takes him a full 10 minutes to recite all of the names.
Vigo just sort of bows his head during that point.
I'll also say a prayer.
All right, you notice Brogan watching as you say your prayer, Glory, and kind of gives just like a slight nod as though he's recognizing your efforts here. But yeah, the rest of this night seems to pass by uneventfully so. Those of you that are on watch, it's a little bit chillier in the night, but nothing that is dangerous or anything like that. You might hear the sound of like an owl or some other kind of animal off in the distance, but there doesn't seem to be any concerns here. You guys have raised an elevation as you're traveling this way, so you're more up in like the low hills at this point. So yeah, you guys pass through to the morning, waking up bright and early, get your things together, maybe grab a bite of rations once again, and get ready to continue the trek through the hills and the mountains and potentially crossing the border into Doresh here shortly. You end up traveling for another full day, so you're probably like 6.5 hours into this travel when you find yourself approaching a grassy area that is strewn with some boulders. And you notice Brogan kind of scanning this area, looking to follow various tracks, that sort of thing. He eventually makes his way around and then says, yep, all right, here it is. Yep, I knew it. All right, we're getting close now. Be careful with the animals there, Delager. Make sure everything's good. You hear the dwarf, oh, yep, Captain. So you guys are moving through this area, and you notice that there is some bodies here. So you notice Brogan approaches one area, and he stops, and he says, yep, the battle was rough here, and then there was also some fighting off to the northeast. Let's head off that way, too. He'll make his way over there, and you see that there are other bodies and obvious signs of battle here as well. And you see he nods once again. Yep, well, this is unfortunate. We lost about a dozen dwarves, as I told you, but it looks like only about half the bodies are still here. I don't know if that means that they've been found by the undead or something else, but all right, you guys take care of the ones here. Looks like there's 3 bodies here remaining. I'm going to leave 3 of these mules with you. Here's some shrouds. Just wrap them up. Get to make sure they're well contained, and then tie them to the back of one of the mules. 1 body on each mule. Me and the guards will take the other side over here. We're going to grab those guys, wrap them up, same as you guys are doing. Any questions before we break?
I'd like to take a look around to see how recent there's activity in this area.
Sure, give me a survival check. Hard to tell with all the blood and like the signs of battle, pieces of body parts around. It's hard to make out much of a rationale for how recent anything's happened.
While they are doing that, I would like to get on like a vantage point, so maybe like a tall rock or maybe a piece of ground that's a little higher up, and just keep lookout and look for anything dangerous.
So in this immediate vicinity, there is a rock that you could step on. It's very close to the downed bodies. I can assume you're climbing up there. It's probably give you about 5 foot incline up, if that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
All right, so what you're noticing in your immediate surroundings here is these bodies are in like a slight opening in what is otherwise tall grass all around you. So even with this higher vantage point, you're looking into the grass. It is pretty tall, like close grass right by you. You'd be able to see a little bit better, but it is like waves of grass going off to your north and your east. So you can't see much. Anything that's really tall, like human size walking through the grass, you think you would spot. But, some areas the grass is like 4 feet high, maybe even 5 feet high. So it's something small, you're pretty sure you're not going to be able to see.
Okay.
Cal, over here.
Keep an
Coming.
eye out. Something could be hidden in that grass, including bodies.
I will keep my eyes open. I'll let you know if I see anything.
Cal.
The bodies that we can see, like there's 6 of them. Are they all in the tall grass, or are some of them kind of like in shorter grass where we can see the whole thing?
So none of the bodies are in the tall grass. You guys came to one group of bodies, and then he said there were others around this area. So he walked you guys off to the northeast. You saw other bodies. It's kind of like a small copse. There's tall grass around it, but this area where the bodies are is flat.
Okay. I'll start walking over to one and go to grab it.
All right, and to wrap it up in one of the shrouds as directed by the captain.
Yep, and I'll kind of mage hand it, shake it first, because we half of them are missing, just to make sure that these are not like undead before I go and like start actually picking one up.
Fair enough. Yeah, so you conjure your mage hand and you kind of shake each of the bodies to see if it reacts in any way to the touch, and they do not.
Hey, wait a minute. This is Cal's job. He does the shitty jobs, remember?
Oh yeah, Cal, do that.
That's what I've been. Cal, where are you?
I'm assuming Cal's over at maybe one of the other bodies, or like.
Oh.
So you guys are all fairly close, so yeah, I would say you can certainly hear him calling for you, Cal.
Oh, yeah, I'll be right there. I'm just trying to get this one here rolled up.
Okay, as long as you're taking a body, just double check. Carry on.
He's trying to get the shroud laid out and trying to figure out how to get the body rolled onto it. They're kind of heavy, so anyone thinks they're small, but they're dense.
All right,
All
Zach,
right.
I'll help you take a body.
All right, so Cal's working on a body, Grimm's working on a body, and Zach's working on a body. Is that right?
Sure.
And then we've got
I'll help someone
Archgale.
with the body.
All right, so okay, you're gonna help as well, Barnaby. Okay, that'll make it go faster. So Archgale, you're on a rock as well. And then let's see, Glory or Vigo, anything in particular you're doing during this time?
I'd like to prepare the donkeys so that they don't freak out when they get a body put on them and they're just ready to go.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and give me an animal handling check as you try to calm the donkeys down, the mules. Yeah, this seems to be working. You're speaking like slow, coaxing sounds to them, trying to make sure that they're okay. And yeah, they certainly do seem to be calm. All right, so let's see. The folks who are currently working on trying to wrap these body up, this is obviously very unpleasant work. There's very much an off odor of decomposition. I need each of you guys that's helping on the bodies to throw me a Constitution saving throw. Caliban, go ahead and set yourself back to public, but that is going to pass. So Caliban, maybe from all that grunt work you have been doing, this doesn't seem to affect you. The rest of you guys, however, this is very unpleasant, and you become poisoned from nausea. So you will be affected by poison. And what do you know? It's right at that time that this effect settles in, that Archgale, you start to notice some movement in the grass. I'm going to go ahead and move you guys over to this other map to give you a better idea of what you're seeing. All right, so I've got this area sort of locked down for visibility just to make sure we've got our tokens in the right places. So to give you a little bit of information, you guys made your way up this way and then over this way. So the mules or the donkeys are currently right here at the moment. Okay, this is obviously where the bodies are. Those of you guys that are working on the bodies should be reasonably close to the bodies. Archgale, you're currently standing on a rock, so that's where I put you for the moment. You guys would know that the other bodies are down over here, and this is where Captain Brogan and the dwarven soldiers of his are currently attending to those bodies. Feel free to move yourself within that window of space that you feel represents what your character would be.
And where do I see the movement? From which direction?
Yes, you're spotting movement from up here in the grass.
Okay. So, once everyone is set, I don't know, I'll just point out and say, guys, I see something over there.
Yeah, I know I'm hoping the script is still working. It wasn't last time. Let me see if it's actually working now. Okay, looks like it is working again. So just as a reminder, you can click your token, hit set condition, and choose poisoned, and it will pop that text up and go ahead and add the poison icon to your token.
Hey,
Okay, I'm sorry, I was reading something. What was that, Adam?
So the macro for you're all set, but the macro for set condition, as a reminder, if you click your token, it'll be one of the buttons in the top left that says set condition. You can click that when your token is selected, and then choose poisoned, hit OK, and then it's going to pop up the text, and then throw the green icon on you to show that you're poisoned.
Okay, all right. I don't. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions about? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. And just in the morning, there's a spell or a ritual that Caliban's going to go through each morning. I saw Zach through the mage armor, sort of a similar idea, sort of the temporary hit points. Can I assume that we did that first thing in the morning?
Is this limited uses?
It's once per day, so it can be he'd want to use it once each day.
Okay, so yeah, as long as that's your plan moving forward every day, you're going to cast that unless you say otherwise, then yes, I'm okay with assuming you have that on.
Okay.
All right, is everybody good where they're at? I'm just going to wait like 5 seconds and assume you're good where you're at. All right, I'm going to go ahead and lock the tokens there. Let me go ahead and remove this light barrier. All right, so this is what you're seeing. I want to give a couple clerical notes, and then because we're so close to break time, we'll take break, and then we'll come back and resolve this issue. So quick note, most maps that you're on, you cannot move through dynamic lighting barriers. So you can see this darkness that is around you. That is representing tall grass. However, on this map, because the tall grass is movable, I've allowed you to move through it. Keep in mind that if you start moving through the tall grass, it's likely to really mess with your vision because there's going to be tall grass all around you. If you do something that would allow you to get above the grass, like, I don't know, jump real quick, I'm probably just going to descriptively tell you what you see nearby, but you can move through the grass if you wish to do so. Are there any other questions about the map, where you're currently at, anything like that, before we take our break?
When you say tall grass, approximately how tall?
It ranges between 4 and 5 feet high in most areas.
Okay.
All right, hearing no other questions, then let's go ahead and pause here, folks. We'll take our break. We'll take the 15 minutes. We'll come back on the other side and pick right up.
See you guys in a few.
All right, we are back on the second half of our session, and stuff is going down. Let's get the team back over to the map. All right, guys, so you had an opportunity of placing yourself where you wish. Some of you were busy helping try to put these bodies into the shrouds to get them prepped and put on the mules, and got poisoned in that endeavor. So those of you that have the poison icon on you at the moment, that is what that is. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and start by putting you into initiative. All right, so initiative has been generated. The individuals that have alert, are we down to one person with alert now? I think we might be.
I think so, yeah.
All right, so person with alert, if you would like to switch with somebody, go ahead and mention who you'd like to switch, and we'll see if they say yes.
I'll switch with Cal if he
Cal?
wants to.
Cal, do you agree to that?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so you guys please change your initiatives to the corresponding person's initiative. All right, I'm going to resort the initiative. And it looks like we're good. All right, let me go ahead and change this music to something a little more up-tempo. All right, so at the top of the round, we have Glory. So Glory, let's see, you were kind of saying a prayer off in the distance here a little bit, not directly helping with tending to the bodies. Archgale calls out that there is movement in the grass. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I can't really see Anything? I'm going to take the dodge action.
All right, noticing movement, you take the dodge action. Okay, we'll move to Grim.
Yeah, I'll move there and I'll take a dodge action as well.
Okay, before Zach's turn, there's some movement in the grass from the southeast. And Zach, you're going to notice as the grass next to you pushes open suddenly, revealing an undead figure. As it does so, it is going to swing out wildly with its hands towards you. 20 to hit.
It's meter beat, right? So
Meter
I would
beat.
have to, yeah, I can't beat that, so it'll hit me.
All right, that is going to smash into you for 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And then, Zach, it is your turn.
Okay, I will bonus action use my cloud jaunt to teleport back out of the way 30 feet. Teleport to like there. And then I will cast Sorcerer's Burst at the undead creature we can see there.
That is going
10.
to hit.
And it's, I guess, psychic.
All right, the psychic damage lashes out at the undead creature, rattling a bit.
And that will be my turn.
All right, before Barnaby's turn, Zach, I'm sorry to say, you have moved to probably the worst spot you could possibly have moved. You will notice the grass moving now to your north. Stepping out is a horrific-looking dwarven undead who is clad in plate mail armor.
Uh-oh.
You'll notice these green pinpoints of light, this sort of malevolent light, are in the dwarf's eyes as it steps forward, looking towards you. It pulls up this battle axe from its dragging on the ground. As it does so, you'll notice this black and green energy seems to rotate around the blade, and it chops out at you with it. 12 against you is going to miss. It is then going to swing a second time, critically hitting you. This is going to be bad. All right, so the majority of this damage is actually necrotic. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a necrotic crit. All right, this is a blight. So it's the maximum amount of damage from the normal damage, and then roll the damage dice and add that result. Okay, and then your hit points will also be reduced by the max. All right, this is going to be a tough one. So the maximum damage from this is going to be 30 points of damage. So when you're hit for 30, that is going to drop you, and that's not including the regular damage. So the regular damage, I'm going to roll that.
Is the double thing gonna count? Because if it does, I'm just dead. Because I have 1 max HP.
It has to take you to negative 31 to kill you out straight.
Well, I was curious about the creature's maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount.
So you can only be healed to 1 hit point?
So what I would say is this is the necrotic damage, so it's only going to reduce your max hit points by the necrotic amount. So that may not be the same. So hang on one sec. Okay, so it did a total of 39 damage to you, so you're definitely down to 0 on that second hit. As far as the amount of necrotic damage that it did, that would be 16 plus 8, so 24. So your max HP is reduced by 24.
Okay, so that would put me at 7 max HP.
Okay, so you're dropped to the ground, but not slain outright. All right, and then still before Barnaby's turn, there's some more movement in the grass. And Glory, you're going to notice an undead creature emerges from the tall grass next to you. It is going to try to slam you. 17 against Glory's 16 AC. Looks like that's going to hit. Smashing into you for 8 points of damage, and then we move to Barnaby's turn.
Ouch. Talk about making some changes of what I was planning on doing. All right. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to go ahead and cast Bless.
Okay.
And I am going to go ahead and, since my ghostly friend Zach or whatever is down, I'm going to go ahead and instead Grim, and who I would also give it to Vigo. So the three of us.
Thank you.
Wait, who got blessed?
You did, and Vigo. So,
Thank you.
and then I was going to go ahead and lay on hands on myself to remove my poison condition, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay on hands for my bonus action, Zach, but I'm only going to do 1 point because I don't think it's going to matter how much I get him, So
All right, Zach,
hopefully he has,
you're restored 1
hopefully he has
HP.
another turn. Yeah, maybe he has another turn before somebody else has a turn.
We're
And
gonna
Adam,
find
I'm going to
out.
go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move Adam, but and then I'll go ahead and do some resource management on the 2 actions I just took. But
All
for
right.
speed purposes, I'm going to just do this first.
Sounds good. All right, just quick reminder, Zach, set yourself to 1 level of exhaustion because you dropped to 0. Based on our house rule, you'll come up with 1 level of exhaustion.
Where is that again on the settings? I'm not seeing it.
So we ask that you build effects in. If you haven't had a chance to do that yet, I'll throw it in Discord again. But it's just an effect that applies the -2 to basically everything.
Okay.
All right, and that takes us to Vigo's turn.
Okay. Vigo is going to I guess the best thing I could do is it's gonna turn into a lion.
All right, that is your bonus action as you shapeshift into a lion. Let's go ahead and get that on screen for you. All right, and based on the amount of size you have here, unless you want to move first, Vigo, I'm going to say you turn into a lion and go prone because you'd be sharing spaces with other enemies.
You know what? I will move. I will risk the opportunity attack and move over to here so I can pick up those 4.
That works. All right, we're going to put him there. He is going to take an opportunity attack on you. Here it comes. 6, that'll certainly miss. All right, and then you become a lion. And let's see, I'm going to just add the lion into initiative. You can feel free to continue taking your turn. I'm just doing some maintenance with the tokens.
Okay. As a lion, I am going to do 2 rend attacks on this guy, but I have bless too, so.
All right, okay, there's only 1 guy within reach of you, so yes, that will hit. All right, you slash into the undead body, wounding it. That will hit as well. Tearing into it again.
Okay. And he looks over at Zach and goes, hide.
All right, so that was the lion's turn, and Vigo is out of initiative, so we move to, let me just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, we move to Caliban's turn.
Caliban sees Zach go down and runs up to defend him. Get away from him! And as he cuts over here, he will point his hands out towards the dead dwarf and cast Burning Hands. So do a 15-foot cone, sort of directly. Is north normal on this map?
It is, yep.
Directly north from him here.
All right, go ahead and post that. I think that's a deck save, if I remember correctly. Okay, that'll be the damage, but can you post the text of the spell?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. There we go.
All right, spell save. Dex save. Okay, yep, here it comes. 11. I'm sure that's not going to be good enough. All right, so yeah, as you spread your hand out, firing fire to the north, it is going to hit that dwarf and wound him. You're also going to notice that the grass nearby is set aflame.
Whoops. Anyway, that is good, and he'll. I can't really position myself in between the two of them, can I? There's the square, but he'll do his best to try to stay in between the dwarf and Zach.
Okay.
I guess Zach is prone still, right?
Zach is prone, yes.
Could I share his space and sort of defend over him? Would that?
You could step on his space. Yep, he wouldn't be able to stand there until he moved away. But yeah, you could do that.
Okay, he will stand over him as guard.
All right, anything else on your turn, Caliban? All right, before Archgale's turn. More grass shifting as we see some movement from the northwest. Glory, you're going to notice that another one of these creatures emerges, and it is going to...
I'm going to use Reactive Strike.
Okay, so as it... Let's see. Actually, I don't think that's going to work, because you have a 10-foot reach, right?
Correct.
So you won't be able to because you can't see it at the 10-foot mark. It's in the tall grass, and it won't be until it's at the 5-foot reach, and your weapon doesn't have a 5-foot reach. So yeah, that's not going to work. It is then going to go ahead and slam at you. And that is going to miss. All right, now Archgale's turn.
Just really quickly, what is the I guess affliction that is on Zach that doesn't let him have more healing?
What do you mean? He got hit by a critical effect. What are you trying to ask?
I'm basically trying to ask if a lesser restoration would help and be able to get him some extra healing.
So unless lesser restoration, I think lesser restoration just says it removes specific conditions. Unless it says it like removes the the reduced HP, I don't think that would work.
Okay. Then I will stick with my original plan in that case. So let me just make sure I'm going to do this in the right order. I don't think it really matters. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Let me just measure really quickly. It says new guy. Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm going to cast Turn Undead.
All right, Turn Undead. Yeah, go ahead and post that.
And let me make sure each creature. I will pick all of the undead creatures that I see. So the 1, 2, 3, 4.
So actually, you don't have to pick. It'll just affect anything within 30 feet. So I'm just doing a quick measurement here.
It says each undead of your choice. Oh, I guess that just disincludes, I guess, if I had undead in my party.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think it says you need to see them. So yeah, that's an interesting one. For now, I'm just going to say that it affects everything within 30 because I feel like that's more of like a burst thing, not like you specifically looking at individual ones. Okay, so let's see. Wisdom saving throw. All right, so I'm going to throw some wisdom saving throws. Here we go.
Well, you'd really piss off your party necromancer if you chased off his undead, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
That means there's more of them in the grass.
All right, and what is your DC for this, Archgale?
That's a great question.
Should be the same as your spell save DC, if I remember correctly.
Then 15. Wisdom 15.
All right, so one of those is going to succeed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I think this like frightens them now, right?
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so let me go ahead and set the ones that are affected.
They have to run.
All right, so all of those are affected and applied. Here comes another save. All right, and that one works as well. Okay, that is your action. Anything else, Archgale?
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and move 15 feet to right here. And then I'm going to lean over and grab Grim by the shoulder. And I'm going to cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Is that an action?
No, wait, it is. Thank you for the reminder. I'm
Good
actually
try.
gonna
Good try.
I'm actually gonna cast Lesser Restoration.
Is that an action?
No, it's a bonus action.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it says bonus action.
When did
That's
that
it.
become a bonus action?
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering. I'm double checking.
Wow.
Yeah, all right, good catch. Yeah, that's a change. I definitely did not notice from 2014, but yes, bonus action, lesser restoration, that will work. And I'm sorry, who was your target on that?
Grim.
All right, and I'm assuming you're doing this to end poisoned, right?
That is correct.
All right, Grim, feel free to clear your poison condition.
Let's go.
And I guess I don't know if I need to clarify this, but I'll have, since I'm a warcaster, I don't need to have my hands free anymore.
Okay.
So actually it doesn't matter because I'm also a warcaster. So when this guy runs away, perfect. That's it. I have my turn.
All right, before the top of the round, we've got some other movement in the grass. Taking care of that now. All right, top of the round, Glory.
All right, bonus action. I'm going to rage. And then I will strike at this one in front of me.
Yeah, that'll certainly hit.
$17.
All right, you slash out, wounding the creature. Okay, Grim.
In my turn.
All right. Do my job, he thinks. Step up to this little nasty, undead dwarf, and I will attack. And if I hit, I'm going to try to push him with my new feet, Shieldmaster, into the fire.
Okay. Your 16 will miss, does not penetrate through the armor.
Well, let's roll a d4, maybe, right?
Well, I think they should be incapacitated from the turn undead.
That's true.
All right, are you saying that gives advantage?
I thought it did, but let me double check.
I'm doing the same because I didn't think it did.
Yeah, it says if fails, has the frightened and incapacitated condition.
Yep, that does not grant advantage, so that would still miss.
With an 18 with Bless?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your 2. With the extra 2, an 18 will hit. Okay, so as you strike him, the turn undead is going to fall off of him. Go ahead and post damage.
Oh yeah, let me hit the thing.
All right, your flail smashes into this skeletal dwarf and wounds it.
Okay, and I'd like to shield bash him 5 feet back into the fire. He's still burning pretty good, right?
It is on fire. Yep. Go ahead and post Shield Master.
Yep, looking for it.
All right. So strength saving throw from the creature. I'm assuming that is going to be less than your DC. So you decide to push him back. He is pushed back.
Okay. And then I'm going to. Well, it's my job, isn't it, folks? Step up.
That's what the F and G's for, dude.
All right, this one here is going to move away. Lion, not lion yet. Archgale, would you like to take an opportunity attack?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
So, as a warcaster, I can use a spell instead of just a weapon.
Yes.
Can that also be a cantrip spell, I assume?
It can, yes.
Okay, I'll do a Sacred Flame against him.
All right, Sacred Flame, dex save coming. 10, I'm sure that's not going to be enough. Go ahead and post damage. All right. All right, so as he steps away and then the Sacred Flame drops on him, that will end his turn condition. So he will immediately come back and he's going to swing at you, Archgale. 16 against Archgale. Let's see, your AC is... Oh, you're at the end there, 17, so that's going to miss. All right, we move to Zach, who's currently prone on the ground and poisoned and really badly hurt. What would you like to do, Zach?
All right. First I'll use my bonus action to drink a potion of healing.
Okay.
Sorry, I whispered that because I was.
Set yourself back to public, but yep, you can take that what you rolled.
So that will put me back to my max, which, as I understand, is I lost 24 HP on my max, so my max is now 7.
That sounds correct, yep.
Okay. And then I will.
Okay, so keep in mind you're prone, so you moved and you're crawling to get there, so that's 10 feet of movement.
Okay, and then I'll stand up, so that will be 15 feet more to stand up, so that's all the movement I'm going to use anyway.
Okay.
And then I will use my action to cast Suggestion at the guy up here. Drop your weapon. Run away from here as far as you possibly can.
All right, go ahead and post suggestion.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the spell. Where'd it go? I am not seeing it on my spell list, even though I did not remove it.
I'll take your word for it if you want to just put, just like type in cast suggestion and then fix that in a moment. So you cast the spell and it has no effect.
Okay. And that will be my turn.
All right, this guy's turn. Grim, go ahead and roll me
Is he
2d4. Yep,
Is
go
he
ahead and roll me
burning at
2d4.
all?
I was asking for fire damage. All right, so he is burning. After he is burned, he's going to go ahead and step out of the fire. And then he is going to turn his corrupted battle axe upon you, Grim, swinging out. Missing on his first swipe, and then swinging a second time. Missing again as you manage to duck both of these swings. All right, this one's turn. Glory, it is fighting against you. It's going to swing out. Missing. And then we move to Barnaby.
All right, so I'm going to use 5 points of lay on hands. So that way there I will remove the poison condition.
On yourself?
On myself because I'm
Okay.
bleeding at this time.
All right, sounds good.
All right, and I'll just go ahead and do this. And then I am going to come down here since I'm no longer poisoned, and I'm going to attack this guy right here.
Okay.
And and it is going to be with my rapier. And just as a reminder, it is radiant damage in case that does matter. I don't think it does, but just in case.
Okay. Yeah, that'll certainly hit.
I want to let everyone know that both of those are over 20. Just, not that it really matters, but,
All right, you strike into the creature with your radiant rapier, and it collapses to the ground.
All right, 1 down, more to go.
All right, Lion.
Okay. Using my new feral instincts, the lion is going to run here before running 10 feet straight to get Charger.
You move 10 feet?
I'll move into the grass if need be. Because I'm moving from here. Yeah, it's because it's a big square, so it'll be from here to here, right?
Yes, that looks like it works. Let me just double check the wording of Charger real quick.
Hey, Cal, the lion's with us.
Yeah, that looks like it works to me. Yep, that'll work.
Okay. And quick question: would it be possible to push it straight north with that?
No, because you have to push it away from you. So the way you're charging, you'd be pushing it northwest.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, I'm going to do the extra damage if I hit.
Okay. $21 will hit.
And then it's an extra 1d8, I think.
Yes. All right, you swipe out with a clawed paw, wounding it.
Okay. Take the second attack.
Ooh, that'll be a miss.
Okay. That is the end of my turn.
Okay, Caliban.
Caliban's going to move over to here to flank the dwarf.
Yes.
And Adam, I haven't used shield with you before. I assumed that my shield and sword were both holstered because we were loading these bodies. So can I use my free action to pull the sword out?
You can do that as part of an attack. Yep.
Okay, so he pulls out a sword. He's going to use his two-handed sword attack.
That will
So
hit. That'll actually hit. Oh, flank. Yes, good call. That will hit.
Doesn't want to roll the damage there, so let's roll the damage here.
All right, your blade carves into the dwarf's skeletal body, wounding it.
And I will also use my action surge
Okay.
to do that again.
Oh, I like this guy.
This time, unfortunately, the blade hits into the plate armor and reflects backwards.
And he will move, after that swing, he will move back to guard Zach, get it back into here.
All right, this one's turn. It's going to move into the tall grass, and then you will no longer see it, Glory. So unfortunately, unless you want to punch it, you
Okay.
could punch it.
No, let it go.
Okay, it's going to keep moving. Okay, Archgale.
Okay, let me just double check on this one. Okay, I want to say this is what I want to do. Okay, another creature. I've never used this spell, so I apologize. Okay, that's the spell I'm looking at. I see. I'm gonna go ahead and point at I'm gonna point at Glory and cast. I'm concentrating on the turn undead.
No, protection of evil and good on me.
But I never was able to cast that because it's an action. I did
Correct.
the.
Oh,
Yep. So I will cast shield on Glory, or not shield. The shield of faith
Okay, bonus action Shield
onto
of Faith.
Glory.
Yep, go ahead and post that, and that'll boost
Thank you.
Glory's AC by 2.
Okay, and then I will point at the dwarf undead and cast Sacred Flame.
All right, you call down some radiant energy from the sky. We'll see if it hits him. Yeah, certainly will. As he is burned from that energy.
I'm pretty happy where I am, so I will end my turn.
All right, before the end of the round, there's some more movement off screen. All right, top of the round, you can hear the sounds of battle echoing out from close by. You're quite confident that Brogan and his men are also under attack at the moment. In fact, you'll hear a shout that says, "Cores, grant me strength!" And you will see some radiant energy come down from the sky into your southwest. Glory, your turn.
I'm going to attack the dwarf here.
Okay. 24 will hit. All right, that's a
17.
slash into him, wounding him.
Bonus action. Sorry, let me find it. I'm going to pull arm strike the one right here.
Okay. Five will miss. All right, move to Grimm's turn.
okay. Another flail attack on the dwarf.
24 will hit.
Right. And then let's try to remember that he's sapped now.
Okay, that will wound him. I'll give him a little down marker. Hopefully we'll remember that sap.
Okay, now Shield Master, I'm gonna knock him prone.
All right, strength saving throw coming up. 6. Yeah, I think that's going to work.
Great. Action Surge. With advantage now.
23 will hit.
Oh, well, dang it. Well, that's pretty good. That's the best. Okay, never mind. So quick to hit the damage from the chat.
And just to clarify, you must have turned Bless Effect on, right?
I tried to.
Because I'm noticing you're adding 11 to hit. So I'm assuming that's like 4 strength, 2 proficiency would be 6, but I'm not sure how you're getting up to 11.
My strength is 5, plus 2, and then with
Yeah.
bless.
It says bless 4 in the details of it, so I think.
Oh.
Oh,
maybe that's
great.
wrong.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even see the details there. I was trying to put my cursor on the die roll and calculate it, but that makes it way easier. Okay. That works.
Okay, and then
Yeah. So that's 2 4s in a row. So I'm just double check.
yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's
Is
got
it
to be wrong.
Okay. I was going to say it seemed like high, but I think either way, even if I take 4 off those attacks, you'd still hit. So for now, we're going to move forward. I'm going to double check it in a moment. Zach.
Okay, I'll bonus action innate sorcery. And then I'm going to cast blindness deafness on the big guy.
Big little guy?
Small guy?
The lion?
All right, I'm hoping that fixed your issue there, Grim. Okay, blindness, deafness on the dwarf guy here. And which effect are you going for?
Sorry, blindness.
Blindness. All right, here comes a saving throw. Con. He is not affected.
All right, and that will be my turn.
All right, and his turn, he's going to stand up from prone. He's going to take one attack at the lion and then one attack at Grim. So he comes slashing down lion. This will be at disadvantage due to sap. So 14 against lion. I assume that misses.
Yeah, that misses.
All right, and then he will take a second attack at Grim. This is just a regular attack. 12, that will miss as well.
Whew.
All right, this guy's still standing. He's going to slam out at Glory. 19, that's going to hit. 7 cut down to 3 because of rage, and then we move to Barnaby.
All right, I am not going to use a smite on this guy, but I am going to use a rapier attack. So we'll see.
You hit as you stab out.
I just want to check my. Yeah, okay. The bless rolled a 3 on me, so I just want
Yes.
to kind of see how that
Yours
works.
is correct, yep. All right, he is struck for 7 radiant and is destroyed.
I've got 2 of them. I've got 2 of them. And then I'll come there, and I'll end my turn.
Okay, Lion.
Okay. Lion is going to just keep attacking. So I realize now I have pack tactics with this, so should be with it at advantage.
Okay. 21 will hit. You rend into him, wounding him. 23 will hit. Slash into the dead body once again.
And then is it possible to listen? Does it sound like the dwarfs are okay?
Oof. I'm going to say that's an impossibly high DC to hear how well they're doing.
Okay. Yeah. I am gonna rush away then.
All right, so as you step away, he's going to go ahead and take that opportunity attack against you. 15.
Nope, it's 17.
All right, you will be missed.
Okay. And
Go. We have this.
I'm gonna get to there.
Go, Kuda! Go, Kuda, attack! Go!
All right, Caliban.
Once again, Caliban sort of duck and weave and move himself over to flank the dwarf. Once again,
22 will hit.
flanking, so it's a 24.
Even better, yes.
Only
Yeah.
for 4, though.
That will get through his
Wasted
armor,
roll
wound him a
there.
bit.
And he will bob and weave and move himself between the dwarf and Zach again. I'm going to bonus action and touch Zach behind me and cast jump on Zach. Do you need the details there? Oh yeah, it shows.
Yeah, I get it. Cool, thanks.
And I'll end my turn.
All right, Archgale.
Okay. Undead dwarf, sacred flame.
All right, radiant energy falls down on the undead dwarf. 14.
DC 15.
All right, that will hit him, wounding him
Okay.
a bit.
And then I'll let out. I'll say to kind of everyone, but I'll mostly say to Grim, Battle Buddy, we need to go finish up with that. I'm gonna go check on our friends,
I'm hurt.
and then I will move 30 feet. Is the grass considered difficult terrain at all by chance?
It is not. You can push through it pretty easily.
Okay.
It just makes visibility difficult.
Okay, so 30 feet. So let's see, 5, 10, 20, 25, and 30. And that will be my turn.
All right, top of the next round, Archgale and Vigo. As you're getting closer over that way, you will hear a thunderous burst of energy come from the southwest, and you hear, "Oh, I got that one! Just these two left! Let's get them!" Glory.
So we are at the dwarf again.
That will miss.
I'm gonna move down, pole arm strike at this one.
That one is dead. Destroyed.
Oh. Okay. So that's 10 feet.
Oh, yeah, looks like the crossed out, for whatever reason, went behind him.
I'm kind of seeing everything that looks like we're on a different layer, just for what it's worth. Like everything's kind of got like a gray-ish overlay, like it's slightly like transparent.
Oh, that's okay for me. It's not like that.
Yeah, I don't see that on my end.
Yeah, it's also like that for me.
I'll just refresh real fast. to see what
Yeah,
else is
try refreshing.
Yeah, I did a refresh.
So Glory, with knowing that that guy was dead, did you want to take back your movement?
No, move 30 feet up to there.
Okay.
Dodge action. And bonus action.
So you
Extend range.
You did attack the dwarf, so you can't dodge because that would be an action, but you can extend.
Oh,
range.
okay. Extend range.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. All right, move up to Grim.
Die already.
21 will hit. All right, so your blast is still not working properly, unfortunately. So let me just do a quick double check. So you rolled a 10, 5, 2. Yeah, so that's going to hit regardless.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll wallop him.
And then DC save, strength save to knock him prone.
He is not knocked prone.
Okay, and then I will. We got this guy, little horny friend.
Is that Barnaby?
No, our new horny friend. We got him.
I'm not horny.
That's why I was confused.
Okay, Zach.
Okay, I am going to cast Chromatic Orb at the dwarf in front of us.
Okay. Firing through some cover. That is going to miss.
I'm Spell Sniper, so there shouldn't be cover, right?
15. That is going to miss.
And that will actually. Does he appear to have a reach weapon? Like, can I tell if I would step back if I would be opportunity attacked or not?
He's using a battle axe, so you don't think so.
Okay, then I'll take a step over here. Actually, I'm gonna go hide with the donkeys for a second.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right, on the dwarf's turn, he's going to make both of his attacks at Caliban. So the first attack will be at disadvantage thanks to Sap. Here it comes. 10, that's going to miss, and then he'll take a normal attack against you. 13, that is also going to miss. All right, this guy is destroyed. We'll get him out of initiative. Barnaby.
All right, and I am going to cast Smite if I hit him.
Okay.
You could move one more, dude.
Yeah.
As I say in battle, is my free.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
attack from there. Attack one more north.
Yeah, I was pushing my my smite button here. Take that!
That'll
Whoa.
certainly
Oh!
hit.
Whoa.
Oh,
All right,
All
that
right,
already
I'll-
does.
Wow.
That already does radiant damage, right? So go ahead and post a radiant crit.
What have you done with Bill?
Hey, there you go. All right. I don't think I even have. Oh no, crit's on top now.
Top
So
left, yep. Twice, okay. All right, so he will be frightened automatically, and then it's just a true crit. So go ahead and post crit damage from the menu there, and we'll see what that does. All right, whoa, okay, he is not frightened because he is destroyed.
Oh, wait a second. I also used my smite. I want to just see how destroyed he is, Adam, because I don't get these that often.
So just as a reminder, smite is a bonus action that you take after you hit, right? So you hit would post damage, and then you could
Oh,
say
so
smite.
then I don't need to.
You don't need
Yeah.
to. No, it is
All
destroyed.
right. Yeah. And so Barnaby would go, okay, that's 3 for me. And
I love that Barbie ran around and snaked all of the kills.
Yeah, I stole you guys' XP. All right, I'll go there and I'll end my turn.
I think that's the first crit I've ever seen you roll too.
I've rolled them before, dude. Maybe you just didn't show up that day. Oh yeah, could have been a few months ago. Who knows?
Quick check in here. Archgale Zach, did that just fix your issue with not being able to see much?
It made everything grayer.
Yeah,
Well,
it
like
looks
darker.
different. It doesn't look as like transparent, but
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know
uh,
if it's supposed to look like that or not.
Yeah, I can kind of tell that there's actually like spaces on the map now. Before I couldn't, so it changed something.
Okay, so Explorer mode was on. I'm not sure why, but that may be what was causing part of it, but certainly not all of it. Yeah,
I wonder
Ryan.
if is it a dark vision thing by chance? Like I know it'd be weird, but I know that 2 of our characters don't have dark vision. I think everybody else does.
That is true.
Daylight mode's on. It's dimmer light because it's supposed to be at the end of the day. So I wonder if that might be it. Let me switch it up and we'll just confirm that's it. Does it look normal now?
Yeah,
yep.
definitely looks normal now.
Okay, so I won't put it as dim just because that looks terrible on the screen. That's like washed out. But is that reasonable? You can still see good?
Oh, that is much better.
Yeah,
that is phenomenal.
Okay, so that was supposed to be like the dim sunlight fading kind of deal, and that makes sense. Good call out there, Zach. Lion, continue your turn.
Okay, I used all my movement to get to here. So I'm just gonna, as a lion, starry wisp on that little short guy.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. That is going to
I get
miss.
bless. I don't know if that matters.
It is not going to matter.
Okay. All right. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Caliban.
He sees this dwarf get smited to the earth or smashed into the earth. He will then immediately worry about his dwarven friends. So he'll do a 5, 10, 15, 20. Everything went dark.
You moved into the tall grass, so grass is all around you.
Oh, okay. We'll keep going then. What was I on? 25?
I think I heard 20, but yeah, I'll trust your
20,
judgment.
25, and then I think.
All right, you push through the grass to the other side.
Not seeing his dwarven friends, he will dash. The dash action.
Okay.
All the way down to there. Just a full-on sprint following the lion. Hopefully the lion knows where he's going.
Keep your distance.
Okay, Archgale.
Let's see. Okay. All right, so 25 feet gets me. Let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And this big line's in my way. That's real inconvenient.
Go between my legs.
I wish I had that much movement. And I'll let out a yell to, "Hey, hurry up back there and get those mules moving too." Oh, I guess I can action. Yeah, I'll use my action to dash.
Okay.
So 5. Well, that's the actual. That's a full 30, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will end my turn there. That looks pretty safe.
All right, so as we move to the top of the round, Archgale, as you're right there, you're going to notice Brogan slashes out with this axe, lit up with radiant energy, chopping down this one in front of him. He's then going to stop here, swing at this zombie to his north. And you're going to see his 2 guard buddies jump up into a flanking position and bring that one down as well. We are out of combat, folks.
Ouch.
Dang, I got here just in time.
Brogan, you
I am glad.
You're going to see Brogan breathing a bit heavy. Oh, where did these come from? They are my companions. I saw them, but where did they come from? The Doreshi must have put negative energy in them to bring them back.
There are more in grass, probably.
these ones seem particularly tough. And he gives the boot kick to the dead dwarf in front of him.
You'll see he nods as he looks towards you, Caliban, and he says, That's Brutus. He was one of my fellow grave slayers. They must have corrupted him with their dark magics.
Tough in life, tough in death.
Yes, we must hurry. We must shroud up the corpses and get moving as quickly as can before anything else joins us here.
I concur.
Adam, what's this this dwarf zombie? What did he have? A battle axe?
He did. He has a battle axe and he's wearing plate armor.
Wait, it's part of the.
Take
If I
it.
can get, yeah, I'm gonna take the plate armor and the battle axe, Adam.
All right, as you start to strip off the plate armor of this undead, nasty being, go ahead and throw me a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you managed to do so with only going once or twice, but you get through it.
Corrupted battle axe.
So as you're looking at the battle axe, you see that dark green and black energy that was swirling around it is no longer there. It looks to be a regular old plain battle axe.
Get mad. It's just a toy now, but I'll take it anyway.
Let's get these mules moving.
Take the armor.
Can you talk to him there, Lion?
Yes, are they all loaded? Are we ready to go?
I do have. I'm assuming, Adam, that I can take Bless off. Is that accurate?
Yes, I believe Bless is only 1 minute, so yes, that would fade
Only
pretty
1 minute.
quickly.
Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. But I did cast Speak with Animals to help these mules. Just tell them it's going to be okay. You guys were really strong and brave.
Thanks.
Yeah, you don't. I'm speaking to animals. You don't understand this language.
I'm gonna move up to right here. I'm gonna reach out and is Zach still poisoned even though he dropped, or does that effect persist?
It persists for a bit, but it also had a limit of 1 minute, so about the time shortly before the bless wore off, his poison will wear off as well.
Okay. I kind of do a medicine check on him to see, give or take, how long the effects of his necrotic weakening would last.
Sure, yeah, throw a medicine check.
Yeah, give me a second. I totally reset everything, so now I gotta open up my character sheet again. There we go. Alright, medicine coming.
You're not sure on this effect specifically, but I would say in general, you know that effects that reduce somebody's HP can be restored by a long rest.
Well, it looks like you just need a good rest.
Yeah, hopefully that'll set me right.
Can I check for signs of other enemies in the area?
Sure, and by that, do you mean moving through the tall grass, or are you just looking for footprints that you might think are out of place?
Tall grass, like immediate danger.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and throw an investigation check there, Gloria, as you start looking through the grass, seeing if anything seems out of the ordinary. All right, I'm going to assume you kind of do one of these deals and you're hitting this area. You've kind of cleared this center area of grass. You don't find any other bodies or signs of opponents. All right, during this time, Brogan and his lads are loading up the bodies that they were responsible for here onto the mules. You guys have calmed the mules down by you, thanks to the Speak Animals by Barnaby. Also, the previous animal handling by Vigo. They surprisingly seem pretty resolute. They almost weren't really bothered. So yeah, you guys spend the rest of this time loading these bodies up on the mules. They're all shrouded and so forth and tied. Yeah, go ahead, Graham.
Did that other dwarf have plate armor as well that was killed by Brogan?
If you come over and check him out, you would see he does, yeah.
Do you mind if I take his armor here, bud? His plate?
Brogan will look towards you and he will say, usually with the fallen, we bring them back to the hall.
Oh. Well, I already took the plate off the guy up there. Maybe I shouldn't have. I could put it back if you want.
Load it up on one of the mules. Let's take it back to the hall.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Are we taking him back as well? He is a dwarf, so...
He shakes his head. No, we cannot bring undead back. Let's get all the undead bodies in a pile. Let's just burn them.
Okay.
And I'm talking about taking the plate off the dead body.
Yes. No, he was following that. Essentially what he's telling you is that because it's a valuable item and it was part of the Graveslayer's equipment, that he wants to take it back to the Graveslayer's hall.
Okay. I'll hold on to it then. I'll load it up. Okay, so I have 2 plates with me.
All right, so you're stripping this one as well. Again, it would be another con save, but it only lasts a minute. So worst case scenario, if you got it, it would only last a minute. So yeah, we'll assume you've got them loaded up. All right, guys, is there anything else you're wanting to do here before turning and making your way back to Gristle?
I mean, just a general search of the bodies, just to make sure there's no...
Magic flail.
Yeah.
You search the zombies and the corrupted grave slayers here, looking for anything else of interest, but other than what's already been described, the battle axes and the plate armor seem to be the only things of real value here.
And I have both those. I have all 4 of those on my character sheet.
Okay. All right, so you guys pack things up and begin the trek back. So as a reminder, it was late in the day when you got here, so you're not going to have too much time to spend before getting ready to camp down. So I'm going to assume you guys make about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of travel as you're making your way back to the west at this point, and get ready to camp and set up a watch as before. Who would like to take the watch from your side? Just need 2 players to speak up.
I will.
I will.
All right, I think I heard Archgale and Caliban first before Glory popped in, so we'll say Archgale and Caliban. The 2 of you, go ahead and throw me perception checks to represent your time on watch tonight.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
Okay. Caliban, you don't see any or hear anything.
Wow, that's a great inspiration. Cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, Archgale, similarly, just the regular sounds of night, animals, that kind of thing. Nothing out of the ordinary. You guys wake up in the morning, get things together. The mood is a little bit more glum. So obviously, as you're, transporting these bodies each night, you're taking them off, putting them on the ground, letting the mules get a chance to rest and relax. Next morning, strapping them back up. It's gruesome. It smells awful, but it has to be done. And sure enough, you guys do it. So I'm going to fast track this a bit. You guys travel another 2 days to find yourself back in Gristle and arrive at the front gate here.
Oh, yes. Do we complete a long rest?
Yes, multiple long rests. All right. As you get back to Gristle, Brogan seems to perk up a bit. Perhaps maybe he was worried that you guys wouldn't even make it fully back. But once you do see Gristle right in your line of sight, and as you're getting closer and closer, his spirits lift, and he says, I thank you very much for what you have aided us here. Bringing these bodies back and making sure they're put to rest appropriately is the duty of every grave slayer of Gristle. In fact, I think you've done such a great job. I have something I'd like to give you. Let me go and hit my quarters, and I'll be right back. Yeah, you be here and the inn, all right?
Okay, Adam, I'm gonna offer the plate and battle axe to him so he can have his equipment back.
Yes, he will take those from you. He'll ask the 2 guards to grab the plates since they're pretty heavy, and he'll take the 2 battle axes, and he'll give you like a pat on the shoulder.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't give us the finger. We already got that today, the other day.
Maybe he'll give us the whole hand.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time from a human.
All right, so as Brogan leaves and then comes back perhaps 30 minutes later or so, finds you guys resting and relaxing at the inn there, you'll see he has a black shield. Yeah, it has a black shield that has a silver shield symbol of the Black Canton of Gristle. Wow, that's a sentence. But yeah, so it is a black shield that bears the silver shield symbol of the Black Canton of Gristle. He is holding onto this shield, and he says, I would like to award your group with this shield. It is a special item that we use here in Gristle sometimes and give out to true friends of our community.
Well, as the leader of this group, I want to say thank you for your generous offer. We humbly accept it, and we're glad we could help.
He hands it over to you then, Grim, and he says, all right, I'm going to come and get you here in a couple of hours. You guys are ready to go speak to that source I told you about, right?
Oh, most definitely. And thank you for giving us one of your prized possessions. It's very honorable.
He nods and he says, you've definitely earned it. If you guys weren't there, I'm sure me and the lads wouldn't have made it back. All right, Brogan will take his leave from you guys then, letting you know he'll come back in a couple of hours to take you over to Tree-Heeled Shardspike, who is supposed to be this expert on matters that you're trying to explore. All right, Grim, if you're taking that shield, please add Black Shield of Gristle to your sheet.
Gladly.
Is there anything special about it?
There might be.
It looks cool, doesn't it look cool?
I can cast Detect Magic Ritual.
I've polished that shield for Brogan a few times, and it's a very impressive shield. I'm quite surprised he partnered with it. It's quite an honor.
Well, you polish it. Look over here. Underneath the strap, you missed a spot.
Very embarrassing.
I think that's actually from your grimy hands, Grim.
All right, so if you guys take a room here at the inn, and then Barnaby in that more private location, you're going to cast Detect Magic, you will detect that the shield is indeed magical.
Does it mention what type of magic, school of magic it's from? I don't know if Detect Magic still does that.
Go ahead and post it. Yeah, I don't recall if they changed it for 2024 or not.
Oops. Hold on.
Oh, it says if an effect was created by a spell, you learn the spell School of Magic. So I'm going to say no on this one. All right, guys. So you got a couple of hours to burn here in Gristle. Anything you want to take care of before Brogan returns to take you to the source?
Well, yeah. So what do I do if it's magical, Barbie? Do I just stare at it for an hour?
Actually, I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hold on. You're supposed to lick the whole shield. That's kind of odd, but that's what the magic's telling me.
Okay, Adam, I will do what I need to do, including being intimate with the shield. To see if I need to attune to it.
It tastes like pennies for some reason, but yeah, after you spend the hour, you are able to identify and attune to it. Actually, it does not require attunement, but you can identify it, so I'm going to reveal this to all.
Well, now you give it to us.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? There you go.
There's probably a lot more of those, though.
But the
Yes.
advantage on saving throws against to reduce your hit points maximum. Wow, that's huge. How do I add that to the description? Oh, I can just cut and paste it, and then okay, never mind. I'm smart.
All right, so with that taken care of, the couple of hours passes by. Brogan will return, and he says, all right, let's go. All right, he is going to lead you over to a passage, and then you're going to see what looks to be a very secure door guarded by two dwarves in armor. Once he gets there, you see he speaks to them briefly in Dwarvish. Those of you that speak Dwarvish will hear him say, like, yeah, these guys are with me. I'm taking them down to see the sage. And you see they both kind of give him a little bit of like, oh, okay, just be careful, check this area, blah, 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 like kind of random type of stuff like that. He then opens the door and he leads you down. You notice that as he is going down these stairs, several floors in fact, he keeps looking backward to make sure you're all with him and nobody has trailed off, which I assume nobody attempts to. After he goes down the several floors, he will go to this unmarked door on one of the landings. You'll see he knocks 3 times and then hesitates and then knocks 1 more time, and then he pushes open the door. As he does so, the smell of old, dusty books hangs thick in the air in this large study. Its walls are covered from floor to ceiling with bulging bookshelves. Tomes, scrolls, and loose papers are piled on top of more books on the shelves, on the floor, and on every available surface. In the few places where there are no books, there are bizarre and grotesque items instead. A ghoul's misshapen skull, a withered human hand, a pair of shriveled eyes floating in liquid and a glass vessel. A female dwarf of advanced years, her beard gray and wispy, peers over the top of her horn-rimmed spectacles. She is munching on a pickled egg she has plucked from a jar that sits alarmingly close to the jar of eyes. Yes! What is it? You'll have to speak up, dear. I'm rather deaf. You'll notice Brogan motions his hand towards her, and he says, this is Treehill Shardspike. She's an expert in undead lore, and in particular, the undead of the Greater Duchy of Morgau, Dorash, and Krakovar. She can answer any questions you have about, Adeline.
Thank you. And sorry to disturb you, Elder.
You see she leans forward. What?
I am sorry we are disturbing you. We just require some of your vast knowledge.
You see she nods slowly, and you see she picks up this device. It almost looks like a musical instrument, kind of like a trumpet, and she puts one end into her ear, and then she looks at you again.
We are looking for the robes of Sister Adeline.
You see she nods. Yeah. After she slew the vampire lord Otmar the Sallow at Jarlsberg, the brave shield maiden was surrounded by a pack of slavering ghouls. Adeline impaled 2 of them with a single thrust of her radiant spear, then drew her longsword to take care of the rest. As the feral ghouls grabbed and clawed at her, one of them tore off a part of the hem of the bright blue robe she wore beneath her chainmail. Sister Adeline fought valiantly on, but there were just too many foes. The ghouls pulled her to the ground and feasted on her body. After the battle, One of Adeline's fellow shield maidens who survived the fight found the scrap from Adeline's robe in the mud. She retrieved the piece of cloth and fled into hiding. Later, the faithful followers of Sif placed the holy robes inside a reliquary to keep them safe. When the paladin bearing the relic came under attack from a pack of ghouls, she was able to unleash the newly awakened divine powers of the holy robes to destroy them.
Do you know where we can find these robes?
I don't know exactly where they're at, young man, but I think they might be in the possession of an order of knights of Sif who wage guerrilla warfare against the undead in Krakovar.
Wait, so there's a whole tribe of gorillas that have it?
No, guerrilla warfare. They can't be out and fighting in the middle and seeing them and stuff, so they have to hit and run.
Oh, okay.
Can you show that to us on a map?
Yes. You have a map here. Let's see. Oh no, I've got a map here. We're in my study. Yeah, here's my map. You'll see she pulls out a piece of map and kind of straightens it as best she can on this area of the table. And then you see she kind of like takes her finger, trails it a bit, and then taps on a location far to the north of where you currently are. I'm going to take you guys to another scrap of map. All right, you're going to notice on this scrap of map, Grisal is near the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and point that out to you guys. So you guys are currently in Grisal, which is here. And where she is pointing is all the way up here to the city of Jost. Yeah, I think they're at the Temple of the Shield Maiden and the Free City of Jost in the Wolfmark. Yeah, if you head there, they might know how to tell you how to find the knights.
Great, thank you. Do you by chance know if the Queen in Exile is there as well?
No, she was an ally of those knights, so she would know how to find them, but I don't think she would be there. The court in exile moves from place to place. It's currently hiding somewhere in the Grand Duchy of Dornig. Actually, there is someone who might know where she is, where the court is. Yarrow Whitebeard at the Black Fortress. He might know where they're at.
Let me write that down.
It's kind of on the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
One last question. Do one of you have that picture still? Let's show her that picture of the drawing of that man.
Oh yes, I have it.
Go ahead and show her. Do you know who this person is here? And I'll point to Zach as he's hopefully holding up the paper.
You see, she
Yeah,
takes
I'll
the...
unfurl it.
She'll take the sketch from you and she puts it up really close to her eyes and then keeps adjusting her spectacles here and pulling it back and forth. No, I don't know him.
He's not a part of the court or anything?
Might be. Kind of lets that look, doesn't he? But I didn't really know the court well, so I can't say. Brogan will say,
Thank
is there anybody else that you wish to ask about or anything you wish from her? She's very knowledgeable if you know what the questions to ask.
I think that gives us our next location to go to. And then even the location after that.
I do have a question. I don't know where we left it. The name on that note.
I think you broke up there just a little bit, Vigo. Can you repeat your question?
Sorry, I can't think of the name. I can't find the letter that we got.
The letter from the temple of the Red Sisters that said he's sending that person there to Baal or whatever. And
Now,
there's some
Baal
names in
Chef.
there. Baal Chef. And I think we should
Oh.
also ask about the wedding that we need to stop too.
I'd like to ask her if she knows who Shroudson is.
Yeah. Valkus Shroudson. He's a Derricule Shadowmancer and Spymaster in service of Radomir Marrowblight.
Whoa, can you spell that?
Well, yeah. Let me write it down here for you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You know who he is, right?
No,
No.
who's Radomir Marrowblight?
Radomir Marrowblight is a high priest of Vardasane, the hunger god.
Oh.
Do we know who that is? Archgale, do we know who that is?
Do I know who that is?
I would say this is pretty esoteric religious knowledge, but go ahead and make a religion check. Yeah, you might just have heard something about Vardasane. So you would know typical worshippers of Vardasane. Vardasane are Derricule, ghouls, and vampires. He is obviously part of the ghoul pantheon, and he is associated with hunger. Basically, he tells his people to eat everything and everyone. He's known as the ghoul god of the bottomless maw, lord of unending thirst, the hunger god, the unsated god, devourer of souls, patron of the Derricule. He basically is all about hunger.
I can tell you he is very hungry from what I know.
Oh, so like Grim.
Worse than Grim. Even hungrier.
Would he work with the blood goddess?
They're part of the same pantheon? Is that correct?
Not exactly, but I would say based on all the information you've put together and you've heard tale of the ghouls working with the vampires, it certainly seems like they could be in league.
Yeah, they're not necessarily the same pantheon. They just, since the ghouls and vampires have this weird alliance thing, then their faiths also, I guess, kind of do.
So, to be specific, too, we're looking for information about the Holy Robes so that we could stop some dark wedding and defeat the global ghoul rising, right? Do you know anything about this dark wedding?
I don't know what that is, no.
I don't either.
All right, Brogan will say, if you have no other questions for Tree Hill, let's get her back to her studies. I'll walk you guys out.
I will bow graciously to Treehill.
And she says, yes, and takes the horn out of her ear and sets it down and seems to completely forget that you guys are even there. Brogan will motion for you guys and start taking you back up those many steps back to the first floor. All right, once you are there, we are a little bit over session time here, guys, but it sounds like you have your next locations to go to. So is it fair to assume that you guys are going to leave Grisol and head up to the Black Fortress?
Yeah, seems like a logical choice. We gotta speak with the guy there, the Whitebeard guy.
Yes. Now, you guys have not spoke to Havard Glimmerstone yet, so if you wish to do that, we can take care of that next session. But all right, yeah, that works. So I will assume you guys are making your way to the Black Fortress starting next session, and we will pick up the adventure there, see how it goes. Great session, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. We had a big walloping on Zach there. Almost lost another character, but luckily you guys were able to pull that out. Clutch turned undead for sure. Really turned the tide of that battle.
Yep.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you all next week.
Good job,
All
guys.
right.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoy, folks. Have a good one. See ya.
Yeah, good game, everybody.
Yeah, guys.